I feel bad
Howdy,
because
howdy.
sometimes. Go ahead.
Oh, just saying hi. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
We
Good
made
week,
it to
right?
February. Welcome back to welcome back from DC. I haven't really got to talk with you in person since you went up
From the
there.
swamp.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. It was an interesting trip. We could talk a little bit about tonight if someone asks, but no, for I think it was a good step, a first good step in the right direction, and I think the turnout was great. Turnout was great.
I,
Bill Biv DeVoe, how you doing tonight?
I think I've already said this, but to all of you guys who went, everybody that watches us and on Twitter and the content creators, thank you again from me and everybody on my channel for representing us. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but I am appreciative that you guys went. I think it's important, to have
I
your
think so
voice
too.
heard.
I would have liked to have had you out there. I'm not gonna lie. I would have liked to have a Texan out there with me, but whether it comes to Fort Worth or which is where your SEC building is, correct?
Yes, we have one in Fort Worth.
Yeah. So, the last one. Hopefully it's not, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going. And like I said, that weekend there were a couple film companies that were doing their documentaries. Right. I mentioned Christina Copeland was filming the second to her documentary, the Wall Street Conspiracy movie. So she was on site taking a lot of footage. So
yeah, I was wondering. I saw from Mike's channel, the Marine, that on Twitter that someone's selling photos to the press now from y'all's event. Did you see that?
what?
Someone
No,
was there
why?
taking photos, and they're listed. You know how you can, like, I have a stock photo service that I use for my thumbnails.
Sure.
There are stock photos of your event for sale on the internet through
Amazing.
a content
Third party.
repurposing service. Yeah. Some
Interesting.
photographer that was there sold all your event to some, to the, you can
Interesting.
go in and download the photos.
Good to
It's
know.
just
Good to
amazing.
know.
Amazing how people will monetize shit, man.
Unbelievable. I know. Seriously. Hey, Chatty Afifi is from the house from Morocco. Good evening, man. Good evening. Let me say hey to some people real quick. I see Scavenger in the chat. What's up, Scav? PD Harris. Good evening. By the way, Tony, where are you in things right now? Are you out as I am for the football pool?
I went heavy on the 49ers last week, so I'm imagining that I'm out. I've been scared to even look, to be honest.
Me too. Me too. I don't want to look. I'm so embarrassed. So embarrassed. The saddest part is the guy who's in first place. The guy's in first place literally never does fantasy football, unfortunately. Like, you said you don't really follow football that much or follow fantasy too much, but this guy, I mean, nothing. He picked all the best
He
players.
must be he's just
down.
a good statistician, that's all.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
just blind luck, beginner's luck, who knows?
Or I think that's what I would call it. Coach Karen, good evening. Dustin Wynn, Carlos Mercado, Tenny Time. What's going on, brother? I was Tenny's video the other day. It was an interesting video. I thought that was very interesting what he brought up.
Which one, about the imposter or a different one?
Yeah, the imposter amongst us. Yeah, that was interesting. I did notice that in the clip. I would like to know who that was. If we to it, I would like to know who that was.
I bet the audience has a couple. I bet the audience has a couple guesses.
Guesses? Yeah, let's see if it gets brought up tonight. Thomas B doing tonight. Punchy Nuts, Rick the Knight, Birdman, Ayo, Food Dog, Corrupt 187, Dream of Stuff. I saw that Shadow Girl was in the chat. I saw Susan Harbor. Hey, Susan Harbor. Shin, G Immortal, Six Sun, Apes Blaze and Does Stuff, Coach Karen, the Deaf Guy, Derek A, and Food Dog. You want to take some tea? And Danny Young, shit.
Yep, I got Shin Kyoku, Birdman, Blazin. I saw you said Punchy Nuts. I think he's planning on coming up here to Austin for some barbecue on Sunday, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Coach Karen is she rebranded her channel. Karen used to just be Karen. And so congrats on the rebranding, Coach. Hopefully hopefully we have a chance to get you on and talk about where you're going with your business. Six Sun, good evening. Tindy Time, PD Harris, Carlos, Dustin Wind, Chatty. Oh man, so many. Richard, American Trader, Andubus, Stephen, Kimberly, what's up? Hallie, good evening.
We got a lot of people. We got almost 200 in the chat right now. Kimberly Volpe, good evening. Johnson, Stephen, Anubis 2038, American Trader, L. We got Shin already. Jabroni Salad, Moas, Apes Not Leaving, Prometheus in the house. Prometheus, what's up, baby? Richard Frankhauser says, I just picked up some 8 today, holding finally. What thoughts on this week, Tony? I'm excited.
I thought, you know, this, I said last night, this is, I hate, you know, I hate being overly optimistic on video, even though I might be really optimistic in person. You know, I got to, anyways, this is the most optimistic week that I've had in a long time. The table was set today. We got a little bit of trouble from the market today. That was kind of what I was watching for, but AMC and Ape still performed great. We got dragged down a little bit at the end of the day. And if you want to do in a little bit, you know, if we want to do 2 minutes of TA, I promise I won't bore you with 40 minutes of TA. I can do it in about 60 seconds. Okay. But we can look at the chart. We can look at the chart and about what I think will happen next week.
Sounds good.
But I don't want to dive right into the hard stuff. Brother. You know, let's have a smoke and a drink first. Damn it, it's Friday night.
Let's ease into it. They're saying my audio is a little choppy right now. Let me just close anything else that might be hindering that. Evolve Radio, by the way, is there any possibility that I left my sunglasses in your car? I cannot find them since I came home, and I'm thinking I might have left them in the web. I don't know. Let me know if you found a pair of white Oakleys, bro. James South says I need to fix that mic. Okay, I'm working on it. Britt is in the house. Britt says it is not time to sell out both AMC and Ape. Been in this play over a year now. Do not see any short squeeze during this way. Yep, not going to happen. So let's talk about T, because I know a lot of people, just when I did the audio visual check last night or 2 nights ago, they were saying, you know, have you been watching Ant's trades, his technical analysis? And, you know, there's just a couple other things that we need in order to short squeeze, right? I mean, yeah, the algo's tracking like it is. Good.
I would say to Britt, if that's your feeling, then sell and move on. You know, other people are going to have other other beliefs and other feelings, and it's not our job to tell you when to sell. You got to go with your gut. If that's your feeling, Britt, then you should sell.
100%. 100%. But I know me and you talked a little bit earlier that cost to borrow was up, right? We have some of the indicators that we need in order to replicate a short squeeze or to insinuate one. So we got cost to borrow up. The algo is trading apparently. Now, you know, I know me and you have talked about this a lot of times on our channels, but you can find all kinds of patterns in in algorithms, right? And in charts. You know, I mean, it looks great, but we're missing a couple conditions, right? CTB's up. What's our short interest at right now? Do you know, T, what it was today?
Just shy of 23%.
Okay, so it is a little on the higher end, right? Typically speaking, we're somewhere between 19 and 21. So, you know, we're missing a couple of those key indicators that we need really to push this up and hold you know, just getting back to double digits would be good for me. And, you know, T, I watched a lot of that Ants Trades videos from the last 2 weeks after I went that night. And, you know, I think the technical analysis is good. It's solid. But we need those other indicators in order to things we had back in January 2021 and June 2021, right?
I'm just going to disagree with you slightly and say I don't believe that this ticker or any of them are the action is predicated or dictated by an algorithm. As far as like repeating patterns, building off of what you just said, yes, we can see patterns in many things. And for sure, stocks are traded by algorithms, but I don't think it's set to repeat a 1 year or 2 year or 3 year or 3 month pattern. It just is what it is. The algo takes the inputs of everything, stocks, the overall market, the global economy, headlines, news, everything. And it's largely dependent on what the big indexes are doing. And then hopefully you get a breakaway on your stock due to conditions specific to it. That's what I think. It's all controlled by algorithms, right? Because computerized trading, but I don't think they're set to repeat. So I'll disagree with Ant on that. And but I still hope he's right.
And it's a little so point me out in that direction. I think he has some interesting takes, but I need to see. I'd like to see some other indicators, for me to say that guys were squeezed. That's not going to come out of my mouth, at least yet. Not yet. By the way, T, how was the storm over there? Is everything settled down?
I tell you what, if you are in the tree limb removal business right now, you are going to make bank in the next week, because all I heard all day today from sun up to sundown in my neighborhood was chainsaws and all sorts of
really
trucks loaded up with trailers. Everybody, I mean, some of my neighbors have a stack of tree limbs 6 feet high, 20 feet long in their front yard that have been chopped up. I had branches fall, and I spent half my day today chopping up branches in the back. I had branches fall, limbs, 20-foot limbs fall on my vehicle. It was bad. It was bad. The icy, heavy branches on those big old oak trees, and they just snapped. I came out very fortunate. There's people that have days and days and days of digging out to just get their cars out of the driveway.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Shadow Girl saying it's cold in New York, -13. Yeah, right now we got to be somewhere close to there. We're definitely in the minus here. It is absolutely freezing out. Freezing. I can't remember last time it was this cold. Can't remember it was this cold. Doc Zeno says, got the booze flowing tonight. I'm celebrating that I'm not dead yet. Nice, Doc.
What's
Thanks
up,
for staying
Doc
with
Zeno?
us. Oh boy. So CTB. So we get some CTB. We got a little bit of some interest in the short interest, right? That's hiking a little bit. So we are creeping into that direction. I don't think we're going to see $140 Monday.
Cost to borrow, last time I looked at it, the end of the day was about 445%, with still 1,000% max, which is that's pretty spicy.
Yeah. We need that catalyst, though. I'm waiting for that something announcement that's going to just have everyone running for the doors, right? Those short sellers. Oh, boy. Diana says, I don't need charts and graphs. Show me 23% short interest, 500% average cost to borrow over 6 days, improving box office. I'm effing long AMC. Nice, Diana. That's a good take. 40 below BBD in New Hampshire. Yeah, man, it's freezing here, brother. Freezing. It is very cold. Anubis says, Tony Denaro, have you discussed what happens to options on AMC at reverse split? I can't find literature on this. Dana, you're not in New Hampshire. Why am I? What are your thoughts, T?
I've given some guesses. I think that much like when APE and AMC were split, we had the old options chain that got renamed AMC 1. Yep. And then we have the new options chain for AMC that's currently in existence. And I think when they go back together, now you have a second old options chain. The one right now will become probably AMC 2. And then they'll create a new options chain for AMC plus APE back together. That is what I'm guessing. For anything that is not expired by March 14th will be called AMC 2. Just a guess.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Pocus says -7 tonight here. Burr. Jeez, man. Yeah, it's cold.
Holy shit.
It is cold. Yeah. That is cold. Diamond Middle Finger says, I've done 0 DD, but is the vote going to be via email? Yes.
It will be available to vote via email or from your broker. Like my broker sends me alerts and the proxy's right there.
Okay. Are you really in New Hampshire? You're not in New Hampshire, are you? Can't be in Hampshire. I bought a new options. Cancel Bubble is replying saying you can vote through your broker. They'll send you an email notification. Yeah, have you gotten anything yet from Fidelity or Webull?
I haven't looked. This morning I didn't have anything. I think since the date of record is February 8th, I don't know that we'll get anything before then.
Yeah, yep. Grandpa Barney's in the house. What's up, Grandpa Barney? XX Holly XX S Jackson Juicy got you covered. Shad DeGoris, good evening. AMC Panda. Let's see who else. Cancel Bubble, Dream of Stuff, On Target, John Curry, Nick M. Focus. We got some people just came in. James South, good evening. Diana, we got American Trader, Sergeant Beef. All right, I think I'm caught up. Dan Spencer, good evening. Yeah, T. So that was crazy. So you just getting back real quick. I mentioned those big oak trees down in Texas. So is that what kind of happened 2 years ago, or was it when was it 2 winters ago when you guys had a big shutdown? It was because of ice storm, right?
Yeah, every time we get freezing rain, you have that to a certain extent, but it depends on how much accumulation happens overnight. So this was pretty bad. I've seen it that bad before, but last year or 2021, whenever that happened, when we were down for a week, that was because we had very unusual weather pattern. Not only did we have snow and freezing rain, but we had sustained temperatures below 32 for a week, which is very uncommon here. It's not uncommon to get to 32 at night, but you know, by 10 a.m. it's 45 degrees.
It warms up, right? Yeah.
And when it just stays below freezing for a week, well, Texas just breaks. I'll tell you what. So no one could drive. Everything was closed, and Austin's fairly hilly. We've got a lot of elevation changes. So, you know, people that were dumb enough to go out and try and drive, you couldn't even like drive up the little slope to get in the grocery store. They'd be trying to drive up and then they'd slide back into the feeder road. It was a mess.
I saw some of the news footage. It was crazy. People sliding all over the place. Even just on flat ground on the highways, it looked like people were sliding out. Yeah,
they're dumb enough on the flat ground, but even worse, they think they're going to go up and
on the hills.
Like,
these
people. I grew up driving on ice, so I kind of know how to avoid the idiots. But you do worry about it because there's a lot of untrained people here.
I bet. Same thing happened in San Diego. I remember when I was driving home, the last time I drove home from California from school, I had the windshield wiper fluid from California. So by the time I got to Oklahoma and a storm happened, there was no de-icer in the windshield wiper fluid. So I hit the button for it to come on. I'm going 90 miles an hour on the highway. The whole windshield just froze automatically. I couldn't see anything. I stick my head out the window. I was choking on salt. It's horrible. O'Shea says, do we power as retail to begin a creation of an oversight board to monitor and enforce regulations related to short selling and to make recommendations? So O'Shea, I was talking to Tony about this earlier. And I know some people down in DC were talking about this, getting someone into the SEC on retail side, because it seems like they are really only interested in seeing the institutional investors. Seems like anything we try to do is just, hey, write us some letters, and you know, if we get enough submissions for this, we'll pass it through. And you know, we could send 1 million replies, and they don't do anything about it. I think that's a great idea. We did. I know the Marine has a little bit, but man, to get someone in the SEC would be really huge for retail. And, you know, it would have to be someone who is compensated not through lobbyists, right? Be a Goldman Sachs 20 vet, or, you know, some guy you're pulling off the board from JP Morgan. Someone that maybe everyone in retail can trust, and they'd have to be paid compensated some other way. I don't know.
The phrase oversight board.
Let's see.
The phrase, can you hear me? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
The phrase oversight board, you know, is also the problem. Like, could we create a lobbying group if someone were able to get together a couple $1 million to hire a professional lobbyist and do a media push and have an office and phones and all of that. I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be cheap. But yes, you could create a lobbying group. To create an oversight board would almost need congressional authorization, I would think. Like your oversight board means you have some sway over the SEC, right?
Correct. Yes. Yep.
So I'm just saying, let's when we talk about stuff like that, let's discuss what is the appropriate way to do that we could do easily. Lobbying firm or a lobbying group, even if it's just an amateur retail lobbying group, could still be done, but you're going to need a massive and ongoing cash infusion for something like that.
Yeah, I was even thinking maybe it's not even an oversight. Maybe it's just that someone needs to be representing retail on the board of the SEC. It's a 5-member board right now, right? That panel.
Yeah, I mean that could also probably be accomplished with some
legislation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to find
you're talking lobbying Congress federally to make
correct.
a change like that.
Yeah, we'd have to find a politician who would be willing to draft up a bill, right? With the help of, say, a lawyer and some really smart retail investors probably would help. So a group like that, like almost like a think tank, right? They could get together, kind of put all their ideas, and then there's one person that you put forward to implement it, right?
Yep. And then finding the right person, like who is that person that has the experience and the integrity and the not related to Wall Street. I mean, most of the people that have the experience is because they worked on Wall Street. So how do you find that person that everybody's going to be happy with? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's
we can't just send,
we can't get along on everything.
You or me. We can't send you
no,
or me.
I know.
I mean, we might be good advocates, but we don't know shit about exactly the inner workings and all the things they do. So I think I would be very ineffective, as much as I would love to do something like that.
6 says, Mass and Tony, I'm going to send Bernie Sanders a tweet to form a committee to investigate naked shorting. What's your opinion? I think Bernie sold us out a couple of years ago. He became part of the Millionaire Billionaire Club, and he hasn't looked back since. I mean, he's voted for all bills to Ukraine, all the spending. I know where Bernie stands. Obviously, 600 couldn't hurt, right? He's probably one of the guys as an independent that may be able to get in his ear. Ever since the 2016 election, I still think he was jeopardized. The Clintons. Let's see. You guys are talking about unicorns. Baldy 385. What kind of unicorns, Baldy? I am no unicorns.
I threw up Devin's question there. Do you think Bed Bath & Beyond will run with AMC and other meme stocks? Have you been watching that, Mass? Can you hear me? I lost his audio. Yeah, you're back. It's a little patchy in and out.
Shit.
I had a comment up there about Bed Bath & Beyond.
BBY comment. Let me see if I can find it. Shit.
I got it. I put it back up.
My is choppy. Okay.
Devin says, do you think Bed Bath & Beyond will run with Ape and AMC and other meme stocks? I want to hear what you guys in the chat think, but also Massalorian, my Discord. And if you've been watching my channel, you already know my thoughts, but I'm happy to repeat them. Massalorian, you've been watching BBBY, and what do you think?
I mean, we've seen that historically, right? The GME and a couple of the other BBY. Do we have the same matching situation going on with BBBY? I mean, what was the SI? What's the all things, right? My audio's jacked up. Damn it.
It's about 60% short interest. But I mean, they're 1 foot in the Chapter 11 grave. That's the risk issue with Bed Bath & Beyond, guys. So I'm kind of like on the fence. It depends, when are you going to get that Chapter 11 announcement? if they can push that out, I thought we'd get it this week and we didn't. So a lot of people were able to make money on Bed Bath this week, pushing up those shorts that were stuck in really high cost to borrow. 451% average cost to borrow, short interest 52% on BBBY. So if you don't get trapped holding it at the end of the day on a day that a Chapter 11 announcement comes out, as long as you can trade in and out of it, I think you're fine. But if you're stuck in Bed Bath on the day when they announce the formal Chapter 11, you'll probably see a 50% drop in about 60 seconds on that stock.
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely a possibility, right? Super Steve in the chat. Let's go. By the way, did you watch any of that HBO Max special on the GameStop Sunil? Did you happen to catch it? Do you have HBO Max?
I watched, is that the one that's in 2 parts?
Yes.
I did watch
it might
that
be more
about
than 2
weeks ago.
Okay.
I watched one that had I posted some quotes from it. I think Wes Christian might have been in there and the Share Intel guy. But yeah, I don't know if we're talking about the same one or not. What the hell is it called? It had the word Wall Street in the name of it.
There was one. I know there was one that was on Netflix, and there was one that was on HBO Max. That's the one I happened to catch. Funny, people are saying in the chat. Hold on. Some say something about the Chinese balloon. What are your thoughts on the Chinese balloon? Baffled why they haven't taken that out of commission yet.
I'm wondering, I just would like to see a zoomed in photo of what is hanging from the bottom of that balloon. Like, is it a dude on a lawn chair, or is it like some infrared photography equipment? Is it
what
really
the hell is hanging on the balloon?
Is it some military grade spying equipment? Like what can we see?
I would like
I don't want to see a photo from a mile away. Zoom that shit in. They're being very cagey about that, aren't they?
Why?
Somebody point your telescope up there and get a photo for me.
They're over airspace that is where we have nuclear silos. Like, I don't understand why that would be accepted. If we did that in any other country, you would think that'd be an act of war. No? Right?
Yeah, I heard it's like right now at this moment, not a joke. I heard that it's over Leawood, Kansas. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Seriously?
Yes. Maybe they're doing the China,
when said that balloon to China, AMC the moon.
China may have sent it over just to spy on Adam Aaron in preparation, to try and kill the Moas. I'm just saying.
Could be. Or maybe he's making an escape. He's trying to craft. He's going to balloon, take off. The Wizard of Oz. Oh, jeez. Yeah, guys, it is terrible out here right now. 6 cents, the whole story might be fake. I said something about, I said that maybe the thing his house was a psyop. I don't know, just to me, looked like they were looking for some sympathy from the country or something. It just looks so. Did you see the video yet from that interaction at the door? Why'd they come there and saying what's going on here when the guy is holding up cops? Who did the training with those guys? What's going on here? What do you mean what's going on here? The guy's got a hammer in his hand next to the speaker's husband.
And
who cares what's
he
the
looked
damn
pretty
hammer
relaxed. Pelosi's just sitting. He's just smiling like, "Hey guys, everything's fine here. Got my hand on a hammer, not 2 hands.
Why don't you put the hammer down?
My drink. Why don't you put your fucking drink down and get 2 hands on that bitch?
Very weird. Throw it in his face. Throw the drink in his face. What are you doing? That seemed very weird.
I think he was probably on Pelosi was probably on what's those sleeping pills that you take to help you, Ambien or something. He's probably on some
Ambien
pills. He's probably on some pills. He had a drink. He was in his pajamas. He was just trying to snooze out for the night. And all of a sudden this guy's breaking in the back door and he's probably like, what the fuck,
going on.
he still looked pretty damn relaxed for somebody and breaking in your house and having a hammer.
He did. And the only excuse I heard, and someone mentioned yesterday to me, they said maybe they thought it was a son father because he does look like he'd be in his parents' basement eating Cheetos and drinking Mountain Dew, right? And maybe they thought this dad took away his Xbox or something. Like, who knows? When you open the door, but if it's a speaker's house, it's only Pelosi living there. Then, I mean, you think the cops would have had a heads up. Hey, you head into the Pelosi's place. It's only him by himself at the house. They got Secret Service. It was very weird. There was no one protecting him. A guy worth tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just weird.
Nick has a question for you.
I'll
put it up on the screen for you.
Go.
Nick wants to know, Massalorian, do you think cost to borrow that we see, do you like how I throw that on you, is just retail and hedgies? And do you think it's just retail and hedgies pay nothing compared to what we see? Why would anyone short a stock with a 400% cost to borrow?
So we're not doing that right now. I mean, we're not using CD, but okay. I think CTB, we will see if retail and hedges really get compared to what we see. So the other problem is how much that's spaced out over the year, right, T? I mean, that's an issue, don't you think, a little bit? Because they're able to spread it. The CTB, isn't that cost to borrow? Aren't they paying that out over the year? Is that correct, or am I wrong on that?
It's an annualized rate. But
that's what
I will tell you,
terminology.
Like when we're looking at cost to borrow from Ortex, this is a multiple data points from commercial institutional lenders. So those are legit rates that institutions are paying. Absolutely. It's not just retail. Yep. And some of us are checking retail apps and we're seeing lower cost of borrows than what Ortex is showing. So just keep in mind when you're seeing this cost to borrow low, average, and max, there are a wide variety of rates that are out there. You can't just assume everyone's paying 1,000%. That's probably your corner case, your one institution that is out of shares. So if you want my last 100,000 shares, you're going to pay 1,000%. Meanwhile, you got this other broker that's got 10 million and he's charging 7%. Somewhere in the middle is that average, the 455, 500. So yes, I think it is legit, 100%.
Makes sense.
But if you're a smart institution, you're probably going to call someone that can loan them to you on the cheaper side than the average if you have a relationship with them and you can find available shares.
Wait, if 10D time, who do you suggesting that there is? I'm very confused on that. If you want to elaborate, I'm ready. Shadow Girl says I bought today more ape and ape. There you go, girl. Get that cost average down. Naked shorts don't have to pay that fee. That would be correct. If they could short in the stock, that would be correct. KYP, how you doing tonight, girl? Backyard Boogie.
And the reason they don't is because the naked shorts are being created by a market maker to fulfill a function. The market maker is creating those. I mean, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of billions of naked shorts, but the legal common everyday function of naked shorts being created is a market maker creating them to fill an order because there wasn't supply at that moment. So no, they're not paying anything. They're creating it. They don't want to be on the hook for something naked. So the first chance they get where they get free inventory, they close that out. Remember, a market maker always wants to stay flat. I know we throw market makers under the bus, guys. They're just a middle guy facilitating trades. The ones that you should be worried about is institutions or hedge funds that either a hedge fund says, I need some shares, and a bank says, we got you, but they didn't really got them. They just gave them the green light. That happens. The bank lies because they want the interest rate. That creates a naked short. Or somebody just at a brokerage saying, we tried to short, we couldn't get a locate, but we did an override button. Remember that F3 button that was in
Yes.
in that video.
Yes.
And we're just going to override it. And we'll let the guys upstairs in risk management deal with it later, or compliance. They definitely create naked shorts, but you don't need to worry about the and yeah, I wonder if they're pressing the F3 override button and they're not really borrowing it. Those guys might not be paying anything, right? Because they didn't borrow it from anybody. They just said, fuck it. I guess, yeah, there probably are ways that they can create a naked short at some institutions and not pay it. But in general, I think the market makers get a bad rap. They are not going to be sitting with billions of naked shorts as a market maker. It's like your real estate agent. They're just the middle guy. Now, what they will do if your market maker is Citadel, and this is just a theory of mine. Don't sue me, bro. When you got your market maker Citadel and you got your hedge fund Citadel, is there a chance they might be talking on Telegram or something, coordinating some things? There might be just a chance. Somebody ought to look into that, Gary Gensler. So I'm not saying market makers are all good and all on the up and up. I'm just saying I don't think the market makers are the ones that we should be worrying about stacking up the billions of naked shorts. It's the people that want to short us that are doing that, if they really exist. I really want to ask you guys a question too. Like, when you see the cost to borrow going so high, that to me tells me that they're running out of shares to loan out. So what are your guys' thoughts when the cost to borrow is skyrocketing, skyrocketing like that? Does that imply to you that they stopped creating fake shares? That maybe this whole fake share thing was never really a thing, and maybe they're just really running out at this point? Nobody's selling. What do you guys think the high cost to borrow is implying? Because I really don't want to be in Wall Street if I think they can create infinite shares whenever they want. I know they can cross the line and do some shady shit and create shares and rehypothecate. But if I really thought that they could create infinite ones, I would not be trading, because we would never win. No stock would ever go up. The shorts would just own the market. Longs would never get ahead on anything if you could short infinitely every ticker, any ticker you wanted. GD Game says because of FTX. Yeah, that's I understand your theory. That is possible. Maybe that had something to do with it. The timing kind of lines up, right? All right. Massalorian said he'll be right back. Sorry if Streamlabs is, I didn't see, I saw someone got smacked by Streamlabs. That's just my bot for bad words. If you guys want to cuss, just spell it out with the space in between it. The bot's kind of a prude. Peter says they are running out of shares to borrow because of supply and demand. I agree with you, Peter. How much will APE run up before conversion? I get asked that a lot, PD. And Steven, I saw your question too. Remind me what your question was. I saw you asking it a couple times. Oh, it was about Sean Goodman. PD says, how much do you feel APE will run up before the conversion? PD, I'm going to stick with the theory I've been saying since August, that APE, when you get a vote on the table to convert APE to AMC, then you'll get that arbitrage theory in play, which is why APE has moved up like 4x, 5x since the vote was proposed. And so it's going to want to run up close to the price of AMC. I don't know if it'll get exactly there because the float of APE is twice as much. I've heard people saying APE's going to run to $10. Okay, but world, I don't see that happening unless AMC were to run up to 12. I can't create a scenario of why Ape would become more valuable than AMC. It has much less short interest, 7% compared to AMC. So there's less squeeze potential in my mind for Ape, but just that arbitrage theory makes me think that it has room to go up. And as long as AMC's going up, it's going to pull Ape with it. So in my world, I'm hoping for AMC to continue getting a little squoze and for Ape to be dragged up with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see AMC Ape running past AMC at any point anytime soon, right? I don't.
A lot of people do though. When I'm on
one is
space
beyond it.
calls, I mean,
Really?
they'll spend an hour talking about how Ape's about to run to 10 or 20 bucks. I'm like, it's got twice the float, 1/3 the short interest. Like, why do you think it's going to outrun AMC?
Where are they getting that notion from? Tendi, I don't know if you can hear me now. I saw you said that you couldn't hear me the first time. I was saying, can you elaborate a little bit on the imposter? Because I haven't been able to catch up. Man, it's been a crazy week. I was telling Tony earlier. All I'm gonna say is there was a realtor at the house earlier today. I'll leave it at that. But it's been a little bit of a crazy week. So I don't know what's going on. I kind of know. I've heard a couple different things, but says Tony, those are just reported numbers. Remember, Ape inherent all the AMC shorts. Yeah, but that's the only numbers we have to go off by, right? You can't make things up, Ronnie, right? That's the only numbers we have to go off, unfortunately, which is why we need more transparency.
I agree with you. Ape inherited all of the shorts from AMC, possibly, or maybe the institutional. Let's just go with that. I agree with you. But then Ape got obliterated in price and all those shorts covered.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened. It's very reasonable for me to understand why Ape short interest is 7%. And I do not think it's a made up number. I think it was covered as the price got run down. You can not agree with me. That's fine. But I mean, there's a lot of people that don't.
Doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make perfect sense? That's how everything went down. I mean, if you're looking at it on the other side now as we come out of this, can you guys explain rehypothecation without taking up the whole show? Thanks, says Nick M. So you're the one who kind of explained rehypothecation to me in the first place.
But I have a video on it, but like if Massalorian owns AMC,
right?
I have a video on how rehypothecation works with pictures. Maybe it's just better to go watch that instead of repeat ourselves. It's when one broker borrows another share and, multiple brokers borrow the same share over and over, and each of them sell it to somebody, but only the very first person owned the share, and then they got an IOU, and then the share got moved over here, and then that person thinks they got it, and then another broker borrows it, so the second guy gets an IOU, and the share goes over here. Everybody's thinking they're holding it, and there's no limit to this rehypothecation that I know of, but it's all off of one share.
It's all off of one share. Yeah. Like Wes Christian said, down in Texas, we call that stealing, right?
It happens in crypto too. Rehypothecation with even less regulation.
Yep.
Which is why everybody is getting fucked in crypto. Wolfie, right now.
I know, right? I know. Let's see. Doc says Ape was a ruse. Or delusional ideas of some sort of algorithm that indicates a squeeze. So Galaxy Pizza Dreams, we were just talking, right? We were just saying that there's some delusional thoughts on that. Not necessarily delusional, but just that patterns, if you look through algorithms of the 40,000 tickers that are out there, you'll be able to find patterns all over the place. But in order for a short squeeze to happen, you need all other kind of indicators. And we're missing a few of them right now. We have a couple, but we're missing a few of the important ones. Let's see. Christina says, can someone shoot down the Chinese balloon? Did they not shoot it down yet, Christina? I thought that someone said it's gone now. Oh, it's hanging over Leawood, Kansas at the moment. Let's see. Tenny Time says, what is 7 times 3? 21. 21. Jack Wolf, good evening. Guys, what do you think of Ant Trade's AMC theory? Go ahead.
I was going to say we are still on the threshold list. If I'm explaining that correctly, that means that for 5 days, someone failed to deliver for 5 days. It's supposed to be T+2 and you deliver your shares, right? But if 5 days go by and you still haven't delivered, then the ticker will be put on the threshold list. If one entity, it's based on the number of shares, right? I think it's got to be over 10,000 shares. Okay, I'm going to change the camera angle for 1 second, Mass.
Sure. Go for it.
Once you're on the threshold list, you're going to automatically be on it for 5 days. Even if they covered that, even if they fix that fail today, we'll automatically be on the threshold list for 5 days. So minimum 5 days, check back in 5 days. If we're still on it, that means these fails that exceed that threshold are continuing. And the longer it's on that list, the more bullish it is for us. That there's some plumbing problem. Someone's having problems getting shares. It's more and more indicative of naked shorting going on.
Okay. Was it APE or AMC T that went on threshold?
AMC. And that's just one thing that I look at. Like I see people so excited over the last couple of years every time a ticker gets on threshold list, and I've seen tickers stay on a threshold list for 3 months and nothing ever happened as far as a squeeze. So it is a point of interest. It's one more thing in our toolkit, but let's keep it within the realm of, keeping our pants on.
Yeah. As far as Ant's trades go, I have no issue with the DD and the TA that he's doing. But there's a lot of, as we're squeezing and just, I had to go back to realize that he made almost the same video last week, 12 days ago. And I have no issues with his TA. Look, the guy found a pattern, but we've found many patterns before in algorithms. It happens all the time. In order to have a substantial short squeeze, you need a lot of other indicators that we're missing. So I'm going to bring that up to go over there. I went back and watched his videos, and he said, don't hold me to these days or whatever. He was right about a couple things about some of the prices and SPY going up after Powell spoke. Look, I hope he's right. I hope I wake up Monday morning and we're at $140 a share. I'm not I'm on it, but I would love to see it. So, Ant, thanks for the TA. And I hope next week is it. I would love to be out a week before the Super Bowl. Have some money to put on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let me just share a screen real quick. When we're talking about patterns and you want to take a AMC pattern from a year ago and lay it over.
Sure.
Let me just show you something why I don't get super excited about stuff like that. If we look at this, let's get this off of here. Look at these two charts. Now the amplitude on them is a little bit different, but do you notice how where there's a rise and fall in each one of these?
Yep.
They're mirrored.
Yep.
That looks like a pretty similar pattern, right?
Yep. You could stretch it out and maybe even make it more similar. Yep.
What if I told you the one below on the bottom is the SPY?
Really?
Yeah.
And what's that top? AMC?
AMC.
Yeah.
You got to be really careful, guys, when you're trying to listen to someone doing technical analysis and they're only looking at one thing and failing to look at what else is affecting that one thing. Like maybe AMC is running because the SPY is running. Maybe AMC is falling because the SPY is falling. I don't mean to burst anybody's bubble, but it's not my first rodeo here either.
No. Remember Astro a year ago, like doing technical saying, I remember him saying it a year ago that we were squeezing. Andrew's thinking more towards later in the week now. I say it's Tuesday's birthday. Like 3 days before the end of January. So it's just getting pushed out. Look, I hope the guy is right. I just don't hang your hat on technical analysis, especially with AMC. We know that there are a lot. So trying to call a date or pull a time or anticipate this thing happening, you know, that's kind of, I think that's been a letdown for a lot of people in retail to other YouTubers, giving them dates, whether it's March 3rd, June 3rd, September 3rd, March 14th, whatever the date is. We just got to stop thinking about that. We're waiting for either an unknown or a known catalyst to come along and help push us up over the edge.
I think in general, most stocks are going to trade in line with the broader market unless they have a stock company specific catalyst. Good earnings, stocks go up. They break away from the indexes. Bad news, stocks fall. If they're, you know, a big stock like Google or Meta or something that's, you know, a major component of an index, they can drive the index. But I'm talking about the smaller ones like AMC. We're going to generally trade with the indexes because that's telling you what broader market sentiment is like. And when you have company specific good news, that unknown catalyst, you can easily break out and get a squeeze started. So that's why I don't look at algos. I'm waiting for some news that an algorithm can't predict and that will break us away from the broader market.
Galaxy Pizza, okay, technical analysis has it not making $8, so stop with this algorithmic stuff. Go over and leave him Galaxy Pizza dreams. Tell him to stop lying. I agree with you.
We're not pushing algorithmic stuff here, so maybe he's talking to ants. Maybe he's talking to Ant, not us. I hope he's not talking to us. I've made so many people mad in the past 2 years saying I don't believe that you cannot chart AMC based on saying it's programmed by algo.
Yeah,
it is. And trading. Trading is controlled by the algo, but a pattern pre-programmed in it, destined to repeat, I do not believe that.
We would all be making bank. Think about it, guys. If the patterns were all the same, then we would be able to anticipate every run up and every fall. So you could go long and short all day if you know that with the pattern.
And these guys
is a little presumptuous.
These guys, and I don't mean Ant's trades because he has no history, but these guys that all the algo predictors, as I call them, they've pretty much all gone away. As soon as they're wrong, oh, well, they turned off the algo. They switched the algo to a different one. Okay, then what was the fucking use of your algo prediction? If they could just do that, why even predict it? You're creating smoke. You're popping smoke for yourself. You're creating cover because you were incorrect. Why don't you tell people, here's my algo prediction, but keep in mind that they can change the algo at a moment's notice. Why don't you say that every video? No, as soon as you're wrong, you create some bullshit excuse. Sorry for being harsh, but I'm sick of these. The previous algo people, Ants Trades, I love you. I hope you're right. Don't tell me they changed the algo, though. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that next week if it doesn't work out. Come up with a better excuse.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was just off by a week or something.
I was just early.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, just wait a few months. I was just early.
Yeah. So I put in the thumbnail. Listen, man. You're gonna keep up with everybody else here in the chat. If it's like this, I don't know what So last night when I was doing the audio visual check, multiple people seen Ant's videos on the algorithm. So I went and watched. And no, I don't the algorithm. Why did I put that in the title? Because that's what my subscribers asked me to do. Okay? Just keep up on events. Lady says, N Cashman, cheer up. It's okay. People are just frustrated. Yeah, bro, we're all join the club.
I'm not really.
Tony ain't the only one.
I'm not really upset. You know what I'm upset about? If I was upset about anything, that in one of the best previous 10-day periods that we've had, that I still got to watch people on YouTube fighting with each other, personal attacks, trying to drag each other down. Like, why can't y'all all just pull in the same direction? Why is everybody fighting and personal attacks? Like, why are they doing that? Like, I got to really question all these negative people. Talk about the DD, that's fine. But I mean, I don't understand what is going on in this community where everybody is going all fisticuffs on each other. No one can even talk about anything I say. As you know, they won't ever question my due diligence. Their only answer is to personally attack me. And that goes for everybody on YouTube. That's what they're doing to each other. It's not just me. I could give a shit. But I'm just like, this is not healthy for everybody that is trying to be in this play and be positive, to have everybody going at each other's throats. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I've been very happy this week watching the stock price. Remember, I was buying ape, more and more of it the cheaper it got. I'm ecstatic right now, and I made some good money on some trades. I took some of my existing positions and other tickers and took advantage of these really cheap prices, plays that I have that are like 5-year plays, added to some of those, did some day trades. It's been a great week.
I can't believe this audio bullshit. I'm aggravated. Jack says the division is the hedges' plan of attack. Yeah,
absolutely.
They're absolutely using it.
And I'm noticing a pattern. Like, all of these people come up with the same stories at the same time. All of a sudden, everybody was contacted to tell lies and push propaganda. All of a sudden, all these stories are coming out. Funny, Massalorian, have you ever been contacted by anyone that wanted to pay you to say something? Neither have I. Neither have I, not a single time. Not. But all of the people that have these drama channels, I call them, all of a sudden, they all reveal this week that they've been contacted. Doesn't that seem a little bit surprising to you guys? And I tell you what, if somebody had the balls to contact me and offer to pay me money to push a narrative, I would become internet famous and get 1 million views and become the hero of this movement. Yeah. I would not just like sit on, I would not sit on that for a month or 18 months and never tell y'all. I would become the god of AMC by, exposing this fuck that is doing that. So I got to think these people are either creating a narrative to throw everybody else under the bus, i.e. they're lying, or they have no morals, or they don't care about you guys because they're just now all of a sudden telling you this week that they all got contacted in the past. And never before did they bother to tell you, until they want to throw some of us under the bus. Now, all of a sudden, they all have the same narrative. They all were contacted. They're sure we were. Okay, bring your evidence. Let's go to court. Because you will lose a defamation suit. You got no evidence. There's no facts. Yeah. You're just making up lies. You are creating lies to divide the community. I say what the fuck I want.
Yeah, no one's. I don't think anyone can afford my my sincerity right now. Someone said, Mass, what do you think about the Marine planting 4 or 5 videos a day attacking people? I haven't, so I don't know what Mike's put out this week. I just saw the one video that someone said he was trying to get maybe quit his job to do something full time. And he mentioned that when we were down in DC, he talked about just some of the ways that we can, as retail traders, get a little more influence as far as oversight goes across the board in the market, right? Because there were many stocks represented down there. It wasn't just AMC or GME. So, look, I'll support Mike in what he does. I appreciate him, what he did, getting us all down there, making us legit permits. That took some effort together, getting signs down there and all kinds of stuff. So, I support Mike. I don't know what his current position is, right, planning on doing, but he seems like a solid, legit guy to me, Six Son. Same with George and Dave, for that matter. Jack says Mike stepped over the line this week. I don't know what. So what happened? What is everybody saying that he did?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Jack, what is it specifically everyone's mad at? If you can just real quick in the chat, just drop a little hinty hint. I love it when Tony gets a little pissed, says Backyard Boogie. No shit.
If there's one thing
Mike is angry.
If there's one thing I don't
Well,
like, Massalorian, it's liars, and we got a lot of them in this YouTube community.
yeah, I know. There's definitely some BS going on right now for sure. I understand people are trying to make money, and I know that. Like, I believe me, right now, limited limited availability for advertising. Plus, I don't know, T, about you, but my ad revenue is like what it was a year ago. It almost seems like it's been cut in a quarter from what we used to be getting, just because Google's going through a tough time right now, right? And you get those
Yeah, I made
dummies
a
working at YouTube, making TikTok videos about him getting fired.
and the because of the recession, just the advertisers are not bidding as much for the ad time. That also is a factor in it. So even if you did the same amount of work, Massalorian, as the month before, you're going to get paid less because all of the ads are on a bid basis, and they're just not paying as much. There's not as many people chasing the watch time. Not as many advertisers chasing the watch time, and so the price comes down, which translates to less money for us to keep the bills paid.
Yeah, for sure. Mike, who's just another good evening, guys. Saw a couple other new people in the chat. He is delivery guy. By the way, Frank, someone was saying Cohodes today. I guess today, Mark Cohodes. Man, you guys come on the stream and give us this info, and sometimes we don't see it. Go ahead.
So I was keeping up with that a little bit. You know how a year or two ago, Cohodes was pushing T0 and tokenized stock for AMC?
Yes.
Remember that? So today T0 announced that they're shutting down half their operation. They're shutting down the crypto portion of their operation.
Interesting.
Between now and March, orderly shutdown, they call it. So they still have the stock portion, and I'm assuming that the tokenized stock that they were, Cohodes was pushing would have been on the stock portion, the one that's not shutting down. But I do remember him back in November, throwing shade at FTX, bragging about his crypto exchange. And now they're shutting it down. But people kind of ran with it. Even Adam Aaron said, this is why we didn't use T0. They got fined by the SEC, and now they're shutting down. But the truth of the story is only a portion of it shutting down. And then, so Adam sent out that tweet. It may or may not have been contextually correct, because not all of FTX and not all of T0 shut down. But then that pissed off Cohodes, and then he's like, Adam Aaron wears a wig, and I'm going to expose him and his son and his relationship to trades. And it's just all this drama going on Twitter right now. Look, if you don't have a Twitter account, spare yourself the grief. It is a cesspool.
That was a big mistake for YouTube, but never an account. Not in your wildest dream. The astronomical CTB could be a catalyst. Yeah, it's getting up there right now, right?
It's one of many things that I'm excited about, but we really need the catalyst. We need something to push us over $8, 8.01. I was corrected in the Discord. I was like, I want to see it get to $8 today. Then someone said, Tony, aren't you going to go live? We're up 10%. I was like, we're up 50 cents. Like, I don't get out of bed for 50 cents. I didn't really say that, but I mean, going from 6 to 650 is interesting, but I want to see the price up enough that we start getting some shorts under pressure. So in my boat, we got to get over at least 8. And someone said in Discord, you mean 8.01? I was like, all right, yeah, new mistake on my part. 8.01.
There you go. 8.01.
We gotta have some catalyst, and it could be just the market being green for a week could get us there, or we could have good news out of AMC, or we could have that firm over in India that is being accused of malicious activity, or FTX. You just never know what it's going to be that takes something like that MSGM from $5 to $80 in a day, just out of the blue, guys. Something will happen, some catalyst. The Hindenburg report, that was the company that blew the lid on, what was that company? Adnani. So I'm just marking time until the unknown catalyst has. I'm not trying to, I'm patient. I know the company's making the right decisions to stay liquid and to be here for the future. And I have way more patience than most people. And I think as long as the company has taken the right steps to not go bankrupt, which they are with this new attempt to have an equity raise, is it going to be the greatest for us? I don't know. I'd like to see a squeeze before the vote, truth be told, and I know a lot of you would too. But we need something spicy to happen to kick. We got all these logs on the fire. We need a fucking flamethrower to come in from left field and light all these puppies up.
I know. That'd be nice. Connie, that's right. We've already we have been let off the hook. Great point. All sinners here on do I think the apes? Yeah, I heard someone talking about this, Dr. D. Someone was asking what is going to happen after the conversion. Look, we haven't even got approved yet. I think it's going to happen, but it hasn't officially. We haven't had it hasn't been put to vote yet. So I don't know. T, what are your thoughts about that? Because someone in the chat liquidate back after the smoke clear in because the smoke might not clear. Right, this thing could take off. You just don't know.
That's the risk. Like I can't tell you what to do with your shares. I am intending to hold mine. I'm considering, and I will review it this weekend and share my thoughts in the Discord. I'm reviewing if I want to buy some puts as a hedging for my portfolio. Like if you're worried about the stock going down and you don't want to sell, you want to hold your shares to support the price. Look, it might go down if they announce dilution. I'm not worried about the reverse split. But statistically speaking, a dilution announcement can push prices down in any ticker. So I'm not oblivious to that fact. I don't know what's going to happen, but just statistically speaking, I am concerned that the price could get pushed down from a dilution announcement. So I'm going to evaluate this weekend the pricing, the IV and other factors of puts for into late March and April, so that I can hold my stock. And if the value of my holdings goes down, I can make it up by the increasing value of puts. Some of y'all might already done that. Some of y'all might have already looked at that. I haven't looked at it yet, but doesn't mean I'm shorting, guys. Puts is a hedging. When you're buying options, that's hedging to the upside or downside, depending if you're long or short. Are some people going to sell and try and time everything?
My devices.
Steven also said upgrade your internet, but you have 1 gig internet speed, right?
Yeah.
Did you get a hard wire from your router? You got a hard wire from your router?
Yeah, we tried that.
That was still on Wi-Fi.
Nope, that was that's what I tried the other night. Last AV check was on wireless. I was trying to do if it was any better. And as soon as he jumped on the internet, I started cutting out. So I think we're just in a bad spot.
I see a lot of people wanting us to talk about Sean Goodman. Did you see that filing today?
He sold 82,000 apes today.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Paper-handed bitch.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? I mean, if we're supposed to be coming into a run, why is he unloading shares? I'd love to know.
I honestly think, I've said this many times, the executives and the board are not in this for a short squeeze, guys.
No.
I think he just said
that's a fact.
The price, I think he probably just said the price is pretty good, or maybe he had an alimony payment, or he wanted to buy a boat. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe he needed a third house in the Hamptons. Who knows? But yeah, he's got a history of selling. Of all of them, he's got the worst history of selling.
He is a paper hander. God damn. I mean, I thought Portnoy was bad. This guy takes the cake. Michelle says he probably knows something we don't. Oh, boy. Russell, I hope Tom Brady does a one-day contract to retire with the Patriots. That would be nice. If that don't happen, I'm going to be very organization.
Mike says maybe
Massalorian
he's getting
fidgety and moves too much.
You're fidgeting? Is that what he said? Traders Anonymous says, when Tony said paper hand a bitch, my Cortana heard him and said, moving on. What is a Cortana? Is that like Alexa? Alexa, play Baby Shark.
Yeah. For Microsoft, yeah. Cortana.
I probably just set off Baby Shark on a bunch of people's Alexa.
Yeah, you probably did. You probably did. Let's see. Someone asked Massalorian, what Ethernet cable is he running? So it's I believe Cat 8. About my connection. Yeah, guys, it's weird. Sometimes it just depends, right? I have well, that's not true. Since I moved down here, I've had it with the internet. When I was up in New Hampshire, I was fine. It's only since I moved down here. Remember, we never had issues with the internet when I was up before I moved. There was never clicky like this every time. Never. Don't say Cortana, please. Shut that off. And Alexa.
Ours is
actually says, I see it playing Baby Shark. Oh, my echo sucks. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Game Baby Shark playing on my EXO. Evolve. Let's see here. Nick M says Tony Massive float is 150 roughly after the RS. Is that what we're assuming? Hey, Randall, how you doing tonight?
144 million after the reverse. Yeah.
Okay. And he dilutes and dumps another. Let's say he doubles up on the market. That the stock drops roughly 50%. That we correct?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna try and guess that, Massalorian. On the one hand, dilutive events tend to push the price down, but on the other hand, someone is also going to be thinking this fucker is about to raise $3 billion.
Right.
Do I want to be short that?
No.
So
no.
I'm not gonna make any hard predictions. There's plenty of people on Twitter and YouTube making predictions. You're not going to catch me doing that. I can tell you statistically that dilution events push the price down, but I'm more interested in what is the market going to be thinking about the fact of AMC bringing in $3 billion if they sold 100 million at an average price of $30, and it's not going to start at 30. It's going to start higher, right? And as they sell into it, the price will move down. I don't know. Would you want to short a company that's about to massively improve their balance sheet in 30 days when they say they raked in $3 billion and paid off $1.5 billion in debt and padded the bank account with another $1.5 billion? I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen with the price. I understand people's fear, absolutely. But
100%.
I'm not going to try and predict with certainty that it's going to drop to $5.
Yeah.
I think that's foolish. Could it go down? Sure. Could also go up, or it could stay exactly the same. I think that's a dangerous game to make hard and fast predictions.
Yeah. Just like we did when the ape shares came out, we we kind of estimated or speculated that they would kind of track each other for a while, and they didn't.
I'm not doing that again.
I'm
not doing that again.
Yeah, I know, right? I learned my lesson. Yeah, I learned my lesson. That was me opening my mouth too quick, right?
Well, I mean, we made our best guess. We made our best guess, and we were completely wrong. I'm not gonna do that again. I'm gonna tell you what the possible scenarios are. and it's up to you to figure out which one you think is most likely.
Yep. Hoops Dad, I'm rocking a PC right now. And yeah, we are using fiber optic here. It's not Xfinity or Cox though. It's Verizon, unfortunately. So it's FiOS. So it's fiber optic cables. I can't believe, and it's $8 a month. So, and it's insane. I have not steel cable shortages. No, I haven't. Code for says, what price do you see AMC reaching before RS? Tony, any thoughts on that? Before RS? We don't even know if the RS is happening.
What price do you see
Let's
AMC
suppose it does get
reaching?
approved. I think we could get back to double digits again. I think if it does go through, I think we're going to definitely see a run. I just don't know what that run is going to be. I have no idea. God, I would love for it to happen before the RS.
I'm going to differ from our friend Ants Trades and say I'm not gonna predict it's going to be $145 by today. I'm going to say that this stock will follow the overall market. There are a lot of factors in play in the market, and I'm hoping for a generally green week in the market to bring the price of our stock up to let everybody feel comfortable to go risk on, which means putting your money back into equities, back into stocks. Like what happened yesterday, you saw massive buying and then it got rug pulled at the end of the day. But if we could have a week of that, you would see the stock go up. And as the price of our stock goes up, then you start knocking some shorts out and creating covering events. And then it starts getting interesting because it's not easy to go in and put on new shorts right now. And the higher it gets, the more FOMO comes in and the more people buy options, and it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy. But I'm looking at the overall market, not anything specific to AMC, until we have a AMC specific catalyst or news.
So I was able to read the proxy on the way home from DC. Am I correct when saying that all three need to pass, or one needs to pass in order for the others to be eligible to pass? Is that correct? One needs to pass before two, and therefore three?
One and two both have to pass, or neither one will happen.
Okay.
Number three says if they don't get enough. Number three says if they don't get enough yes votes on one or two, they will adjourn the meeting and reschedule it, just like Mullen did it several times until they got everything to pass. So I think with that provision number three, proposition number three being in there, it might not all go through on March 14th, but maybe April 14th or May 14th. I think it's safe to assume that they'll just keep on pushing out the meeting and reconvening until they have lobbied for enough yes votes, if they don't have them in March.
Yeah. Right. Jack says, is Trey hiding? I don't know what Trey's doing. But Tony, you said he took down his channel last week, right? Pretty much his entire video library. What the hell is everybody doing?
Last time I checked on him a month ago, when everyone said he deleted all his stuff, he just moved it to playlists. So you couldn't see it on his homepage.
He still has those videos there.
Yeah, you couldn't see it on his homepage, but if you go to playlists, there's an AMC playlist and everything was there. I haven't checked in a month.
Someone said that it seems like they took it down today because they were afraid it was going to blow up. Gareth says they drove the price down today so people wouldn't start buying calls. I was thinking they were maybe trying to set people up to start buying calls right now. Like this would be the time when usually, they would think they would let it run to get people excited in order to get people to start buying calls, right?
Max Pain was also $6 today. It was $6 Max Pain, and we ended at 608. So
608, right?
It's kind of predictable on Fridays. You're always going to end close to Max Pain.
Right. Yeah, we were pretty close, right? Broke Ape says he's on Rubble like every other drifter. Oh boy.
Did he say drifter
Jack
or
says
drifter?
Matt should be hiding. No, drifter. KYP said she heard he's. I hope he's not sick. That was one I would not like. That wouldn't be good. Brett said, "Sounds like we need a Brett Hadley dog mom get in." Brett said, "Oh shit, yeah, man, this thing's going quick. Even on the delay with that, it's still going by so fast. I can pull these down." I think they let AMC run to get the paper hands out before the RS. Well, I mean, damn, just paper hands if you got out today. Jesus. I mean, at least there's got to be some anticipation that we continue this run next week. I mean, the Fed ain't speaking for a while. We're not getting CPI data for a couple weeks, right? Jeez. Give it a little bit of time. Yucca what's up? What is going on, yo? P-Dub says Apes killed the option chain. Yeah, Ape wasn't good for the option chain. Trey Wade, Shane Benet Ramsey. I was surprised. T at Dog says Tony Denaro. I was surprised it didn't stay above 650 when it hit 677. Yeah, it couldn't hold that, huh? Then we came right back down to where we opened, right? Pretty much. Open and closed at the same 608, right?
We had if I recall, we had a big rundown towards the end of the day. Let me pull the chart back up. Yeah, 677,
we
and
consolidate. We went over 677. Yeah.
And then it just ran down. But I mean, I used to, when I was live streaming during the day, I would mark a line for Max Payne on Fridays, and about 90% of the time it would close right at that line. So it doesn't surprise me at all that we ended up close to 6.
Yeah, Carl. With that, I'm not going to. I am to get upset with that. Bill Dull Bull. Good evening, man. Tonight, Yuka for POTUS 2040. I'm in it. As long as I can be the Veep. I want to be Veep. If you can.
Hey, Massalorian. Good news. Yeah. We got Lou covering AMC again. We got Matt Kors covering AMC.
Thank God.
Matt Kors is rewriting history, saying he never talked bad about Ape. When did I saw him on Twitter? When did I ever say to sell Ape?
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
How soon we forget? Man. Kaiser says Tony lost his cool the other night. I didn't think Tony lost his cool. I think he was trying to get his point across. Discussing the yes or no vote. Great theater. Look, I think it's very important to understand the company either way. I don't think Tony has to lose his cool to be able to explain that to the masses that it's coming.
You guys have
one
never
way or
seen me
the other.
Yeah, you've never seen me lose my cool. You might see me get a little more heated in the evenings, because the evening is for entertainment. Daytime is for making money. I try and not let too much show during the daytime, but evenings, we're just doing it raw. But no, if you saw me lose my cool, I'd be knocking some motherfucker out. I'd be screaming. You'd see my face all red. That only happens about once every 5 years. I do not lose my cool easily, but you might see some emotion in the evenings that you're not used to if you watch the daytime streams. Just like because we're having fun.
Like once every
fun.
5 days.
You lose your cool once every 5 days.
Yuka says, yeah, every 5 days probably. Yuka says, Master is going slow. If I don't put on 60 seconds, Tony will have my head for lunch tomorrow. So it's got to be on 60 seconds. If I'm on a stream with T,
if it's not on 60 seconds, they're either going to complain about the delay, or they're going to complain that no one's reading their questions because they're going by, Yeah. We can't win as YouTubers.
We try to do the best we can, Yuka. And it's not that I don't want anyone not to be able to comment fast. It's just they go by so fast, we'd never be able to check anything out unless we're on individually. And it's a little late, but we'll double the chat from 2 channels coming in. It's almost impossible. We have almost 500 people right now in the live stream, so it's a little tough. It's a little Corrupt 187 back. Yeah, about AMC. Man, it's just amazing, guys. He back 4,000 subscribers with it's like, what are you sniffing over there? I just don't understand it. I mean, this guy, the lead higher channel said, "I'm moving on, done with this," and then back again, making for. That's crazy. Very interesting. I just shake my head and wonder how people can still even just click on the video and say, "Oh, let me just see what he's saying." I mean, such nonsense at this. What is he doing back?
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you,
find
Uncle
something else
Lou,
to do.
for coming back
Go
for us.
serve meals. Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Thank
know.
you, Uncle Lou, for coming back for us. Like, no one holds him accountable for hating AMC, hating theaters, hating Adam Aaron. Just I mean, I get it. He's a traitor. I don't fault him for that, but I guess from time to time I'll buy stocks. Like I made money this week on GTII Massalorian, 40% in one day.
Did you?
Sold it at around
Yeah, I saw
270.
I saw that.
And I'm not. I've talked
that.
bad
I saw
about
your tweet.
GTII, but that's a day trade for me, right? I'm not making 10 videos a day about GTII.
Right.
It's
Going to
just
3 digits. Yeah.
It doesn't stack up, like his content versus his belief in the company.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, but more power to him. If he can do shit like that and take off for a couple months, delete his whole thing and get 5,000 subscribers in a couple of days, the guy's just, he's on a whole nother level than the rest of us. So
yeah,
I can't
don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right. The future, man. Thanks. It was a great time down there. I met a lot of great people, amazing people. Got to shake some hands and make some good connections. By the way, Tony, I was going to talk to you about this when we get off, but I would definitely like to have, if you want to, I'd like to have Christina on for a live stream. She said she wanted to come on just to talk a little bit about the documentary that she's making and, what her whole deal is or why she got into the Wall Street conspiracy thing. She did the Wall Street conspiracy movie.
Oh,
she's a producer. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
so
yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna see if maybe we can get her on this weekend, maybe Sunday night for a little bit. She said her and Mark would come on, which is the other producer of the movie, just to talk about them and see what their interest was, how they got into this passion project. I know they're running a GoFundMe campaign or something like that. Maybe we'll get into that. But I definitely, she did a great job on the first documentary. And meeting her in person was really cool. She seemed like a really knowledgeable woman. She has a great handle on what's going on in the market right now. And she's got good connections in with Share Intel, with Peter Wagner there, the CEO. And, some of the other people in that group. So she might be somebody interested to talk to, at least maybe for a little part of the live stream. We could have her on. She could talk about the project and explain to us how she got involved with, all the meme stocks and just Wall Street in general, how she got into this subject matter. Because that video she made was almost 2 decades ago, right? So lots happened in between.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to work on that for Sunday night then. See if we get both of them. Catch up in the chat. Tony and
someone asked me,
Mass, are you guys going to meet AA? Yeah, you want to answer that, T?
Are we going to meet him?
That's you already did.
I met him at a movie premiere, just like everybody else. I got to talk to him for a couple minutes, but I just told him thank you and appreciate all the hard work, and that was about it. I've sent him a few messages since then. Number one, asking him why I don't have bartenders at my local AMC on the weekends. No answer. And I sent him one recently. Sent him another one recently asking him to do a corporate clarification on that really weird formula in the proxy statement about 1 ape equals 1/10 of AMC, because I understand what they're saying, but I also understand why everybody else is confused by it. And no answer to that either. So I've met him. He's a nice guy. I appreciate him coming out to meet all the people, but even though he follows you on Twitter or whatever, he's not very responsive.
Yeah, he's tough.
Although I did see he responded to this guy Chef Andrew on Twitter. He said you can come have an interview to get a chef job at AMC.
Shit, they can get
Someone
me a
in the
job in
chat,
Austin. I'll go down there and sling beers so I can move.
I think this
At
guy wanted a
the bar
corporate,
there.
like food. I think he wanted a corporate food development chef job, which would be cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Someone asked me
Yeah.
about a company named Cybin. I'm looking at it now. It's trading around 44 cents, down from $2 and change. Negative earnings, zero revenue. So that's guys, that's not the type of company I invest in. If you believe they have a future of getting profitable and you want to invest in that, that is certainly your choice. But I'm not trying to buy companies that have no revenue.
Pete, any thoughts on Mullen? I saw Mullen. A lot of people saying Mullen's going to hit 50 cents next week.
Mullen's been running. Not really sure
Yeah.
why, other than I saw that Dave Mishery, the CEO, tweeted that there's no immediate plans for a reverse split. They've got a, like, I don't know what their date is for the 180 days. They will do a reverse split. And they do have dilution coming. And you know what chapter 1 in the CEO handbook is, Massalorian?
So wait, what is it?
If chapter 1 says that if you have shares available to sell and the price runs up, you sell those fucking shares. So I think that Mishery is probably egging on retail with we're not going to reverse split anytime soon, to get the price to bump up so that he can sell some. He was selling shares really, really cheap. He'd love to sell them to you at 50 cents. So I'd just be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not considering buying any Mullen until after the reverse split, and that's where I'm at. They're not going to be they're not going to be delivering.
Shakes out.
They're not going to be delivering any cars till the end of next year. So there's not going to be any meaningful revenue with Mullen.
News.
This is all just this is retail pumping. You can trade it, you can make money, but recognize that recognize the puppet strings.
Who you're investing in, the company you're investing in.
All CEOs do this. So don't overcommit. Take profits, and you'll be able to buy it cheaper.
Absolutely.
I promise you.
Yep, absolutely. Broke Ape has a good question. I haven't even thought about this, but how do we figure out our cost basis after all of the RS dilution? That's going to take a lot, because you're going to have to back to before you even got the ape, right? Well, no, that's not true. That's not true.
Find all your buy
right now.
Find all your buy trades, add up how much you spent, and divide that by the number of shares you have. That's your cost basis.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I guess it will be fine after a reverse split.
On average, that will give you your cost basis. You'll need, if you've been buying many, many different lots, each lot has its own cost basis. If you're going in and doing taxes, someone asked me about that today. That said their broker wasn't even showing the cost basis or their average price. I'm like, well, you need to go in and print out all your buy tickets in. And when you have to, right? Whenever you sell, you give that to your bookkeeper or accountant or CPA, and they will sort it out for you. But you got to have those.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, how you doing tonight? When AMC and Ape, this is from Brett, merge back together, does the share price add back together like when it's split off? They're going to be converted, right? So you're not going to be adding anything up. Is that correct? Oh yeah, you are, right? Are you going to add those up before?
What was the question?
So Brett said when AMC and Ape merge back together, the share price convert back.
I'm thinking it's going to be split off. I think it's going to be some version of that. Yeah, it should be the opposite of what happened when they split. But now we have twice the float of Ape. It's not 50-50 in shares. So I can't tell you exactly what the formula is going to be. Like, is it going to be just AMC plus Ape? Or is it going to be AMC plus Ape times 0.75? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it going to be market cap divided by number of shares? I'm not going to tell you I have it exactly figured out, but it'll be some version of Ape plus AMC. I think.
By the way, did you see CSI's video? I guess he made a video this week about that he wanted everyone to watch. I did watch it. I saw his formula. He was drawing up a formula for what he thought was going to happen. That there was something was gonna we were gonna not even only lose all of the apes that we had, but that we would actually be losing 1 billion. Wow, you're going right to the bottle, huh? No,
I got to
effing
get ready for
around.
this one. I got to get
Shit.
ready for this one.
I didn't expect you to go straight to the bottle. But yeah, I thought that was I thought that was I don't know why he said to everyone to watch that, and then once he got all freaked out, and yeah, and then the whole paying thing came in. But as far as that video goes, I was a little confused because I had thought that once that conversion happens, no matter what, that obviously it's not 90% of the shares that are going to be gone. Correct? Is incorrect, right? Because they're not accounting for the ape yet. Or am I wrong on that?
All of your ape will become AMC 1 for 1, and then everything will be divided by 10. So if you have it spells out 10 different times in the proxy statement exactly what's going to happen in very plain English. All you got to do is read the proxy. It says if you have 100 AMC and you have 100 ape, they will become 200 shares, which will collapse to 20. Like, I don't know how much more simple that could be.
Yeah, it seemed like numbers were getting added in and didn't need to be.
Because
weren't supposed to be there.
Instead of reading the 10 times where it explains it clearly, they're focusing on one line. The ability of people to ignore 20 pages and focus on one sentence astounds me. That one sentence that I asked Adam Aaron to correct, to explain, I know what he meant, where it said 1 ape after the reverse split will equal 1/10 of an AMC. What they meant is an AMC today. An AMC today, after the reverse split, 1 ape will be worth 1/10 of that because it's split 10 times. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you take one AMC right now and you look at ape after the reverse split, which is what the example said, 1 ape will be worth 1/10 of an AMC. They should have called it AMC 1 and said, we're talking about AMC today, but they weren't clear. But you can just ignore that if it's confusing to you, because 10 other times in that document, they told you everything will be 1 for 1. And I don't know why people so willfully ignore all the ways and different examples they gave of how it was clearly said 1 for 1, and just focus on one sentence and let themselves get confused, unless they're purposely just trying to create dramatic content for views and tell you to go ask other people to drive more views and create more drama and create arguments and call Boss Blunts out. This is all, in my mind, effort to create views to his channel. Either he really doesn't get it, which God bless him, or he's trying to create drama to create views. I don't know which it is. Doesn't matter to me. I only watched it because I got asked so many damn times to go make a video correcting him. That's the last fucking thing I'm going to do. It's not my job to correct anybody. I've already covered this stuff 7 times in the last week. My DD's out there. It's not my job to go correct anybody.
I would have been fine if he just didn't say, send this out to all your other YouTubers to come back and tell me that I'm wrong.
That's very suspect to me as somebody that's trying to generate drama and trying to generate views. And I don't think that's healthy for this community.
No, but neither is making nonsense videos.
There are a couple YouTubers out there that call themselves entertainers that purposely create drama. And I want no part of anybody that's doing that shit.
Yeah, the drama is confusing people, and it's dividing, right? It's divide and conquer. And look, these guys are. I think they're playing off of people's emotions right now, big time. I wish we could get our emotions back into check, but look, I get it. I know people have lost faith. Certain people, everyone's in their own situation right now. Some people are tight on money. I know I fucking am. I mean, it's not easy right now. Everything's up, and with inflation and utilities, you name it right now. I mean, we're the middle class itself is getting squeezed right now, right? We're getting squeezed. Not the stock market. We're getting squeezed right now. So I understand the out there, and I understand that patience is wearing thin on people. I get it. It's wearing thin on me too, guys. I mean, just we've been in this a long time. I know people are emotionally frustrated. All I can say to you is, me and T are still here. We'll keep coming on until we sell. I'm gonna stick with it for now. It's unfortunate that we've had to go through all these things and this roller coaster ride, but we kind of knew that getting this stock that it was going to be quite a ride that we were going to be going on. So buckle up, right? I know I said that and Tony did too, right? So I just hope everyone can hang on just a little bit longer.
As far as your question that you asked a second ago, are we going to lose 90% of our shares? Well, I mean, in a reverse split, in many companies, your share count will be reduced, and it'll be reduced by a factor of 10, just like GameStop's got increased by 3, right? Did that work out for them? Nope. GameStop, the number increased, guys, a couple months ago. Remember that? And it went up to $40. Where is it at now? It's down 50% from there. So 18, did increasing the share count help? Does decreasing the share count help? It is fucking irrelevant. It's a math fucking fugazi. Your position is exactly the same after a split or reverse split. The only thing that matters is fundamentally what is going on with that company and what was going on at the price prior to that event. Many times when stock splits happen, like with GameStop, the price goes up, and they were all hyped about, oh, it's a dividend, which we explained to you was bullshit. But they ran the price up because of that. And then the stock split and it came down. Why? Because it was not a dividend. It was a stock split called a dividend. And once people realized it didn't do anything, the price came right back down. Despite them having 3 times more shares, it didn't mean bullshit. The number of shares is irrelevant. What you need to focus on as a wise investor, a seasoned trader, is what is your overall position value, not the number of shares that you have.
Yeah.
I get it where everybody's coming from. I get it. But I want you guys to get better than that. That's a very emotional reaction.
Yeah. It is. Chris says, Donahue George had a great explanation on the RS. I'm very leery on voting yes and giving up my shares and hoping this 500s after the 10-1. Chris, we're all doing that, right? We're hanging on for dear life. So we're all thinking optimistic, but we got to be realistic at the same time. I hope that's what happens, because I know I'm ready just to make some money at this point. I just need some cash from all.
You want to hear kind of a crazy out of character comment from me?
Go.
As I was cooking some homemade carnitas this afternoon and watching the market close on my iPad and listening to KC and talking with folks in the Discord, I was thinking to myself, can you imagine, Massalorian, if it's like 30 days or 3 years from now, if we are still here when the squeeze happens, and at some point this company gets profitable, and we're able to say we were those motherfuckers that never sold and believed in the executive team and the future of the movie industry, and we were right all along. Did we weather some storms? Did we get beaten up? Did we have ups and downs in our portfolio? Could we have been traders in this stock and made money selling at peaks and buying on dips? Yeah, you could have done all that. There's nothing. I don't hate traders that are doing that. I trade a lot of other stocks. I'm trading GameStop. So I don't have any hate for anybody that's doing that, but I was just like dreaming for a moment. Like, what if we make it all the way to the finish line And not only do we get a squeeze, but the company eventually gets profitable, 2024 or whatever. And you were able to believe in that company and be right the entire time. I'm not trying to sell anybody a pitch. I was just dreaming for myself. And for anyone who feels like I do,
that wants vindication, right?
Yeah, I feel like look, guys, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. The company could go bankrupt. Adam Aaron could be against us. I don't believe any of that. And I hope one day I'm right and that we're all vindicated. I think anyone who's telling you they know exactly what's going to happen is they have a bias, and they're focusing on their bias.
I'm just going to tell you this now, T. I'm going to tell you this now. The other night during the audiovisual, KYP said she's not waiting any more than the next one up. She's out.
I wouldn't blame you. Look, guys, the moment you don't believe in the play or you're out of patience, you should pull the ripcord and get out. You're not going to get any hate from me, as long as you don't like have a YouTube channel and flip it to hating on Adam Aaron and GameStop or AMC. Like the CEO did not make you buy at $50. The CEO never promised you a MOAS. That you got to look in the mirror of who to blame.
That was the ape father.
So
the ape father made you buy at 50.
Lou made the ape father buy.
Or Lou, that's right.
That's right. But you know, ape father doesn't want to blame it. Ape father doesn't want to blame himself for being gullible and listening to Lou. He wants to blame the CEO. You listen to a fucking fraudster. You got
now he wants to be the CEO. Now he wants to be the CEO.
I was talking about, I don't know if you caught my live stream last night, but my leaps, the long-term options I had in Carnival just expired worthless. So I lost in January $8,000 that I was holding on those since a year and a half. Yeah, but do you know how many times I blame the CEO?
Never. Yeah, you were banking on a recovery play on that, right?
I made a bet. I had plenty of opportunities to get out of it, but I also believed that the economy and the company would recover faster than they did, and it just didn't happen. That's only my fault. My fault for not pushing the sell button. So I would encourage you guys to take ownership of your own mistakes, whether it was listening to Matt or Trey or Lou, and not try and blame somebody else like the CEO. If you decide to get out of the play and you feel like it didn't work out, take ownership of that and use that as a lesson in the next play, not to buy in a run-up, not to buy with FOMO, not to listen to YouTubers giving you $1,000, $10,000, $500,000 price targets. Like, you got to take ownership. Until you own your mistakes, you're not going to learn from it and become a better trader. Blaming someone else, you're going to just keep on repeating the mistakes because you didn't learn anything.
Right.
All right. Off my soapbox. Off my soapbox.
Okay. I'm looking for Miss Tahiti's question. She said she had a very important question. Miss Tahiti, I just put it up here. What is your ANC? If you did, just pop it back up again and we'll answer it. From Texas says accountability and ownership. We need a lot more of that.
That's how you grow as an investor. Like,
yes, that's right. That's right.
While you're finding Miss Tahiti, find Miss Tahiti's question. I'm going to read this one about Booksy on KC. Jesse said, how about Booksy on KC's channel today? Booksy, I've never heard of him before. Apparently he has a YouTube channel. He does TA. As I was cooking and eating my meal, some beautiful carnitas on corn tortillas. Now that I can have carbs because it's February, had some corn tortillas. Booksy was doing a beautiful technical analysis on AMC. I liked listening to him, but he was going on and on and on and on and on, and great information and great presentation. But KC was like, "Hey, Booksy, can you hear me?" And the guy was just like, "Can you hear me, Booksy?" Well, for like 5 minutes, Casey was like trying to stop him. And then finally the guy took a breath. And Casey's like, Booksy, yeah? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. And Casey just cracked up like, what?
Oh, man, I missed that.
The whole time, but
you wouldn't answer? Oh, boy.
He wouldn't answer. He was on a roll, man. I was like, oh, We're just getting
Jeez.
started. We're just getting started. But yeah, you guys go, if you didn't watch KC, go at least go watch the last 10 minutes of his live stream today. I was rolling on the floor laughing while I was
Today's
listening to
live
that.
stream? Okay.
It was
Okay.
internet classic right there, YouTube classic.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch that. Miss Tahiti said she had to answer a question before you came on the live stream tonight. Mass, I had to answer a YouTube question before I could jump in your live. What the fuck?
Maybe an ad.
Huh.
Maybe a survey from an ad.
Yeah, was it survey? Yeah, was it a service, Tahiti? If it was a survey, that would make sometimes they put that instead of an ad in the beginning. A lot of times because I'm demonetized. They just put a survey. They don't actually put an ad. That might be why. If I had to guess, Mr. Tahiti, was it a multiple choice thing? It's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. There's no way I'm putting anything to make you answer a question for your live stream. You should just jump right on. Jaspereet. Jaspereet is oh, you want that, Tony? Son? He's talking about Ants Trades TA. You know, as far as a couple other things that we need besides just a pattern in the algorithm that looks promising on a 3-year cyclical pattern, right? That's kind of what he's been insinuating, unless I'm wrong on that. But he was trying to say there was a 3-year cyclical pattern on AMC that's been running basically concurrently, right? And he's been able to identify that. And I know he got one thing right, that it was going to run no matter what Jay Powell said the other night. Yeah, talk about this T while I hit restroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up these two charts which look very similar, right? You got a little bump here as you're looking below, and then the chart trends downward. Then you got a spike, and you can see the one below goes up, and then you have a trend downward, and then you got a spike right here on the same time frame. Then it goes down. Then you can see this little hump, and it goes down, and then you got a little leg up. What you got here is AMC on the top and the SPY on the bottom. So are you telling me that the SPY is on a repeating 3-year pattern also? Or is it just that AMC is running with the overall market and it has different amplitudes depending on what's going on with short interest or news of the day? I'm not a big believer at all. I've said this many times, pissed off many people in the last 2 years. I'm not a believer in algorithmic repeating patterns. I do believe that the markets are controlled by high-speed trading machines that run algos, absolutely. But they take many, many inputs from the global markets, the economy, news of the companies, what the Fed's saying. So many inputs, you can't even imagine it. And they don't care what direction it's going. They take those inputs and they make decisions. And they even factor in retail sentiment, retail psychology to extract dollars out of your wallets. And so while I wish Mr. Ant much success, and I hope he's right, I'm not a guy that's going to ever be telling you that the algo is predicting something, because I've seen these guys that do that stuff. They all have stopped doing it over the last 2 years, and they've all been wrong many times. And they will tell you that they changed the algo, they flipped the algo, they switched to a different algo. Okay. If that's your excuse, then you should have been telling people every day you made a video that this is my theory, guys. But remember, they can change the algo at any time, but they don't tell you that. They wait until it doesn't work out the way they said, and then they drop that on you as some sort of cover for what they're saying. So not trying to throw shade on Ant. I appreciate everybody putting out content and keeping people engaged, but you're asking my opinion. I don't believe in algorithmic repeating patterns. That's based on 2 years of watching many, many people do it. I've never changed what I've said on it. I've said that from day one. But every time, I hope they're right. I hope they're right. Ms. Tahiti, thank you for making the lights blink behind me. The blinky blinks. Alan says, Tony or Mass, in your opinion, where did all of the OG YouTubers go? Some have left with no final video, but some for real, tons are gone. Do you think the SEC had something to do with it? I think absolutely, Alan. Fear of the SEC coming down on them because they were probably trading the stock while telling you something different, telling you that it's in as the stock is declining, and they're probably making money on puts or even shorting it. They're telling you it's in a bullish falling wedge, which, like, anybody who does TA would have known that is not the case. Once you've retraced more than 50%, you're no longer in a bullish falling wedge. You're in a free fall. Trey, talking to you, friend. They were either trading against what they were saying, in which case they would get in trouble, just like Mr. Zach Morris did, or they just got tired of being wrong because out of trying to make you guys happy or youthful inexperience, they were not correct. And it's really tough to come on camera and be wrong every day for 18 months. You were right back in June of 2021, and you've been wrong every day since then. That's tough mentally on anybody. And on top of that, if that weren't enough, and even if none of those were correct, I've told you guys for the last year that if you have not lived through bear markets, this will wring some fuckers out mentally and emotionally. Being in a bear market, not everybody's built to sustain, themselves through that. It is emotionally and for some people financially exhausting. So there's many reasons, possibilities of why they're gone. Any one or combination of those could be true. I don't know. No, none of them have talked to me about that. I think it's better just to analyze what's happening going on in the moment and not overpromise, and then you don't have as much to worry about. The big mistake that I think people make is overpromising. How do we feel about next week? Jaspreet wants to know. I'm a little concerned that, we had that rug pull yesterday. I was super excited yesterday in the overall market with the earnings coming out. We had that little bit of rug pull. We had a little bit of a dog leg down at the end of the second half of the trading session today on the indexes. Everything closed in the red. But overall, I think, this was a good progressive week for the markets. We're not out of the woods yet. I was pretty exuberant on Thursday. And I've been saying I think we need to make it through March in the market to see where we're going to go for the rest of this year. We're not out of the woods yet on inflation. The jobs report this morning was, as far as the administration wanting to create a bunch of jobs, that was great for them. It was better than expected. But as far as Jerry Powell and the Fed, they don't want to see jobs increasing. So if you saw some shakiness in the market today, they're thinking wage inflation, Fed is not going to slow down in rates. So that was the first thing I said when that report came out this morning. The market is not going to like this jobs report. Even though the headline said jobs report better than expected. Well, who defines better? It's not better for the markets. It's better for Biden because he's got something to brag about. But Jerry Powell and Biden have different agendas. Biden wants to talk about, we created so many more jobs. And Powell is like, well, I got to raise rates even more because we haven't laid off enough people yet. We're creating too many jobs, too much wage inflation. Long story, bringing it back around. What do I think about next week? I'm not making any index call or put plays. I'll tell you that. That's just legalized gambling right now. Don't breathe so heavy in the mic.
Seriously.
Massalorian.
I can hear breathing heavy?
Yeah, you got a little bit of it, like the gain is too high or something.
I was running around like crazy. I had to switch out laundry, stir chili, brew more coffee. So sorry, I try to do all that and use the bathroom.
You sound better now. So
okay.
So as far as what's going to happen next week, look, the setup on AMC, I was going to show that. Let me just show that real quick. As far as AMC, if you're wondering, what do I think is going to happen next week? Let me go to the daily, zoom in here. I'm just going to give you I don't make 45-minute TA videos, guys. I'm not going to analyze the algo. I'm just going to look at right here where we're at. We were on an uptrend with the market. We got this gravestone doji right here, which is not a bullish pattern to have a red candle. And then this doji where the bulls tried to get momentum and it didn't work out. And we closed close to the open. Technical trader would tell you that this is potentially bearish, but I'm going to follow up by saying that we need another daily candle to really confirm this as a bearish pattern.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I'm not calling this a bearish pattern. The volume still looks good. The MACD is coming up. The RSI it's high, but it's not overbought. And we got high cost to borrow. We got high short interest. We're on the threshold list. I'm far from calling this a bearish pattern, but I would say that I'm cautious and I need to see how things perform on Monday. I can't tell you for certain how they're going to perform because we're in a caution zone right here. That's what I want to leave you with. There's no for sure we're running up on Monday. It could go either way. So I'm 50-50. And I'm going to say that what happens with AMC on Monday depends on the market direction. My opinion.
Agreed.
Counselor Diamond Hands, thank you for flashing the blinkies behind me. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Grandpa Barney, I see him in the house. Bring this crap on, Grandpa. Got this shit. Thank you, Grandpa. Grandpa, how do you, I want to hear from Grandpa. How does he feel? I see Grandpa taking a lot of fire as being the puppet master. Pulling everybody's strings. Hey, Massalorian,
he's pulling
Grandpa
everybody's
ever once?
I saw that.
Has he ever told you what to say?
No, never.
Does he work for AMC? Do you think?
Not that I know. I'm pretty sure he works on power lines. I'm pretty sure he's a linesman.
Do you think that maybe there's some conspiracy theory people that are smoking a little bit too much doobie?
I don't know what they're smoking.
That see a super chat and make up their own narratives, and maybe they hate the company and they hate themselves because they sold the stock and they don't want you to succeed, Massalorian. Maybe they're just
I don't know where the venom comes from. I don't know where the animosity comes from. I really don't. I mean, we're not putting out 10 videos a day, guys. So we this is our only source of income. If we don't get super chats or something like that, then we don't make any money on YouTube. So there's no point coming on.
Grandpa Barney's that he's the man behind the curtain, pulling the levers.
Yeah.
No, Grandpa Barney is
Washington.
He's a lineman fixing people's electrical lines up in the northwest part of the U.S. You dumb fucks. God damn, you guys.
He's a generous man. That's it.
The fact that these people create these conspiracy theories is why they're probably losing all their money on their trades, and why they don't believe the CEO and yada yada yada. Like, you need to go probably get on some meds or refill your prescription because your conspiracy shit, not just in this play or Grandpa Barney, in general, is out of control. Or maybe go get laid.
Why are you gonna?
I guess
for some of them,
for some of them that's not even an option.
Why would you ever attack someone who's trying to support a channel?
Because they hate the company. They hate themselves. They hate that they sold. They hate that they listened to Lou. They got tricked. And instead of reflecting on their own bad decisions for buying in too expensive and falling for all the bullshit, instead of getting a good entry and believing in the management company, now they want to blame everybody else. And they just can't let it go. I mean, I've had some psycho ex-girlfriends, some stalker ex-girlfriends, Massalorian. I've never had so many psycho dudes following me on YouTube and Twitter. Like they're worse than the fucking bipolar ex-girlfriends I've had. These people need some professional help.
Need to lay some pipe down. Get that energy out. Brookfield brother says, I love it. Lou is back. 8 vids a day plus. So many mad. I'm glad he's back, man. We need him. We need Lou in this. I'll take all the blame for for scaring him away. But now that he's back, I'm very excited. Very excited. I love his take. He's got great takes.
Who's that?
Number changes, and we get a new ticker. Lou. CID, right? Check your symbol. Leave my cat. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I have a feeling, T, that some of it is, look, some people hated that they've been in the play as long as they have. And look, I'm in the same boat as you guys. Jesus. You don't think I'm frustrated? Of course I'm frustrated. This annoys the piss out of me. That's why I went to DC last weekend, right? I'm tired of the shenanigans. They've been able to, seems like, put this off forever. And, you know, people are saying that we're still talking about the MOAS. Me don't use that word. Just, we try to a minimum as much as possible. MOAS and a short squeeze are two different things, right? I don't know if MOAS is
there's a lot of bad things
right now.
There's a lot of bad things that Lou did a couple of years ago that these people believed, like saying the word MOAS or orders being parked in the dark pool. You know, there's millions of orders that they're not fulfilling. Yeah. Like, I don't know about you guys, but every order that I've put in has been filled within milliseconds. Like, who are all these people that are having orders not fulfilled?
I don't know. I don't know.
And these
What's up, CeeLo?
These people believed it, these YouTubers, and when they finally realized that they got lied to by Lou, instead of getting mad at Lou, now they're attacking KC, Tony Denaro, Bigums, Adam Aaron, everybody, you know, that's trying to talk common sense. And most of us weren't even covering this shit when these fools bought in the run up. I don't mean that anybody was foolish, but they become fools when they buy at 50 and then blame the CEO. That wasn't his fault that you punched the buy button. Just own up to your own, your greed, your avarice, your newness in the market. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. I bought shit at the top, but I'd never blame the CEO if I overbuy something. That was just my bad timing the play. And I learned from that, and I don't make the same mistake next time. We've all been there. But why they turn their venom on everybody else, I'll never understand. It's like they've got a problem accepting personal responsibility.
Yeah. And you guys don't know, I mean, I got in this play in February 2021 as a recovery play with the possibility for a short squeeze based off what happened with GM and AMC at the end of January. So this was a recovery play to me. Did I make a mistake not selling at 72? Hindsight's 2020. But I'm stuck in it now where I am. So there's no way out of it. I'm in for the long haul. I'm in for the rest of the ride, right? Grandpa Bar says I'm listening in tree lines. Yeah, Grandpa Barney is not tapping into our phone line, sending me and T ESP connotations and what to say in our live streams. Just
guys, I promise you, on my word, if anybody ever comes to me and says I will pay you to say a narrative, I will become internet famous for blowing that fucker out of the water. And I will say to all of you making videos right now, the fact that you're claiming someone paid you to say something and you didn't tell us who it was, either A, you're lying, or B, you missed a huge opportunity to become famous.
To blow your channel up.
Yes, I would get 1 million views on exposing someone who tried to pay me off, and I would do that in a heartbeat. I don't need the money. But I will take the views and I will take the integrity. But all of y'all hid it for I don't know how many months that someone paid it, tried to pay you off. And now all of a sudden this week you all disclose at the exact same time. It seems a little odd to me that everyone's disclosing this week. Not only do I not support the yes vote, someone paid me to push a narrative and I told them no. Well, fuckers, tell us who it was. What did they say? Where's the evidence?
Yeah. Has that information been disclosed
why didn't you
yet?
capitalize on that?
Yeah.
Why didn't you capitalize on that to blow them up and get views?
Where is that video?
None of them made it. Video? All of a sudden this week, they all got contacted in the past. I mean, they're weird, right? I don't know about you guys, but I see these narratives that all these small channels they all seem to push the same thing at the same time. And you gotta think about that.
Yeah. Does that seem weird?
It's not by happenstance that they all pick a narrative and all 5, 6, 10 of them push it at the exact same time. Someone is pushing that narrative into these channels, or they're just copying each other. I don't know which one, but I heard each and every one of them say every one of them individually said someone offered them money. All right, well, why didn't you blow it up? Or you're lying to your audience for all these months, hiding shit?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's
a big missed opportunity. Or are you lying now? Are you lying now? What is it?
Right.
Show us the evidence.
Which is it? Hey, Maxie, how are you tonight? I know you've been gone for a bit. Good to see you back, man. We're doing this regulating, hanging on for dear life. Let's see. Grandpa Barney, hey, Coach Karen says Grandpa Barney has a bunch of girlfriends. Oh, in the chat. Yeah.
The very first people I'd contact as a hedge fund is a channel with 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
I'm just making a joke.
I mean, maybe I could see some of the other guys with bigger channels. And look, I'm not saying that this can't be that he's talking about Weeble or something like that, but the way it sounded as if someone was looking to personally mislead retail investors that you're preaching to. That's got to come out somewhere in the laundry. I'd like to know who it is.
I get emails all the time from Weeble and Benzinga. Benzinga wants me to come on and do a live stream with them. Not for pay. They're looking for content. They want it.
Yeah.
They wanted me to co-host a live stream with them. Weeble and Mumu send me emails all the time. That's not because they want me to push a narrative. They're trying to get people to push their platform. Yeah. And you guys know I've never done that. Because fuck payment for order flow brokers. But these guys are not saying that. They're not saying Mumu contacted me. They're saying someone contacted me and asked me how much did I need to cover all my bills. How much did I need to cover all my bills? And I told them no. I say, bro, you're a liar, or you're stupid for missing the opportunity to expose that person. Because I sure would have exposed them.
Yeah. Lou did the same thing. He told people a year ago that he was offered money by a big bank to go in and lead us astray, and then never came out with the information of who it was. I don't know. It just seems like a missed opportunity to me. That seems like something you would want to get out there.
Internet famous. You would have been instantly internet famous.
Yeah.
And a hero. You would have been a hero. Absolutely. You would have solidified your position as a hero in this community.
Yes.
But no, you all failed. You all failed. You all let us down.
Which means that's probably not coming our way anytime soon, any offers. After, if they ever see this video, we probably won't be getting them for a while, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, T, so what do you think about that? Would you like to try to do that on Sunday night, see if I can set that up? I mean, we can talk about it later, but I'm just wondering, is that something you'd be interested in when we're talking about that?
With the girl from, with the lady, from Wall Street?
Yeah, from Wall Street? Yeah, conspiracy?
Yeah, I've got another dude that I still want to bring on. I've got another guy that I want to bring on this weekend that is a expert in daily short volume. So there could be, I'll call him in the morning and see if we can get something for this weekend. You contact your person and let's see what we can make happen to make this interesting to make this weekend interesting for folks and to stay away from the drama, because you know how the weekends get. It's all going to be about drama.
Yeah, a lot of drama. Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm actually gonna do a interview right around February 14th, right around Valentine's Day, with a lady from the Rhode Island Fisheries Service. I don't know if you've heard the reports, but we've had a bunch of whales wash up on the East Coast here in the last couple months, and they are out right now in the ocean off the coast of New England, doing some geolocating and sonar things for the wind farms they're putting off the shore.
I saw
And we've
that.
had
I
about
saw that.
yeah. So the one of the women who she was on Fox News just a couple nights ago, Megan Lapp is her name. She's from the Rhode Island Fisheries. I spoke with her last week, and she's going to come on, do a little live stream with me for a little bit to talk about the wind farms and the energy and what it's doing to the marine wildlife out there. This is just like a personal thing for me. I'm a big marine mammal fan. I've always been like into dolphins and whales, so I hate seeing this stuff. And when I saw her, I was able to link up with her, get her LinkedIn info, and contacted her, and she said she'd be love to come on and do a live stream. So it's going to kind of be off topic of what we normally talk about here, but it's something that's important, and I'm all about getting her on if I can.
I see some people talking about cost to borrow. Here's the Ortex update, guys. Cost to borrow average is 444% at the moment. Cost to borrow max is 1,001%. Live short interest is 22.79%. And up here in the right-hand quadrant, this is the API from Interactive Brokers. So at Interactive Brokers, at 17:30 hours, they had 3,000 shares available with a cost to borrow of 386%. Just keep in mind this left-hand side quadrant, the 444, the 1001, that is the entire data set of all the data feeds to Ortex. Up here in the top right is one broker, and many of the other sites that you're looking at, like Stonka Tracker, Chart Exchange, wherever you're getting no shares available, 385% cost to borrow. One broker. All of them have the same API from Interactive Brokers. That is why I pay the $80 a month for Ortex, because I don't want to know the data from one broker. I want the total data set. And even though Ortex is not perfect and they make mistakes sometimes, this is the best tool. And any other site that you're looking at, any other tweets that you see, Reddit posts that say 0 shares available, it's all bullshit, because they're looking at one broker, one lender out of 100. You will never see me telling you there's 0 shares available. There's always shares available. But these people don't understand how stock lending works, and they don't realize that they're looking at data from, say it with me, one broker. Yep. You can click every single website that shows that data. You can click on the little question mark, and they will tell you exactly where it comes from. Say it with me. One broker.
One broker.
This is not legit data. You can't get your data from, say it with me, one broker. You are kidding yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice.
Matt Chick says, are we on the threshold list? Yes, for AMC, we officially on the threshold list. What that means in the past, not much. Jesse says one broker.
I want you guys to start holding these people accountable. I mean, anytime someone says there's 0 shares available, where did they have one broker? Just start answering them. #1 broker.
There are always people buying and selling.
Ridiculous that people get away with this bullshit clickbait nonsense.
I know.
A year and a half into this play, and nobody's got smart enough to call them out on it.
Yep. Ay. Lucy says, I do have a lot.
Let's fucking go!
I know, it's Friday night.
I gotta change up. I gotta change up the energy here. We're getting too deep into the swamp, Massalorian.
I need to go get some of that spicy chili. Wake me up.
Grandpa Barney says, bring me on in 5 minutes. All right, Grandpa, I'm going to send you an invite on Discord. Let me find out how to do that.
I love Galaxy Pizza's on its tear tonight. This guy, he is a warrior on the keyboard.
What's he saying?
Actually, the more I learned about the market on my own, without these bros telling me to just trust them, I realized how full of it they were. Call me hilarious. You sound like a hapless noob to me.
Who's he talking? Who's
fighting
he calling?
Word. Them are fighting words, Galaxy Pizza. I don't know. I think
he's probably talking to someone in the
KYP.
chat. I don't think he's talking to us.
I don't think so either. KYC Pass. Mass, can you something with this? Wait. Oh, God. Tony, you were over Missouri right now? The stupid balloon? You weren't joking?
I was not joking. I was not joking.
Oh, you were
all right.
Okay.
Grandpa, I sent you the invite on Discord. You'll need to click it, and then you can join the live.
Food Dog says Galaxy Pizza. Crap. You said trust me earlier, so quit lying. No,
Galaxy Pizza said trust me.
I know what yeah, I guess so. Oh, someone's saying he's a bot. You can they say you can't set up bots in the chat like that, can you? In a live stream?
He's not a bot.
I guess you could, right?
He's not a bot.
No.
I
mean, what are you drinking tea right now, by the way? Tequila or Jack Daniels?
You know, since when we went into last week, well, all right, it wasn't the market this week, but Scarlett is not working for 2 months right now because of her falling down the stairs and her accident and recovery, yada, yada, yada. Y'all already know that story. And I'm having to cover all of the bills. So when I went to the store to refill, I bought some scotch and I bought some bourbon. And I said, let me just, I adjust my expenditures relative to my income and my bills. If it's a great week, if I made 10,000 in the market, I'll buy a $60 bottle of scotch. If it's a rough week and I got bills to pay, I'll buy a local bourbon. I'll buy a local bourbon. This was on sale. This is a Texas bourbon. It's called 1835. Texas made, 90 proof. And I will tell you that this is some pretty good shit for 18 bucks. That's what I'm drinking.
1835 when Texas became a republic. By the way, Grandpa Barney's in the Grandpa Barney's
I'm no history expert. All right, let's bring him on live.
What's up?
What's up, Gramps? You in the truck?
Yeah, I'm in my call everybody and beat them up, tell them what to say.
Okay, Grandpa, under risk of perjuring yourself, are you paying anybody to push a narrative?
I am not. I just give money because I'm full of heart, and that's what I do.
Grandpa, do you have any words to say to the people who are saying that you are pulling the strings of numerous YouTubers?
Fun. I'm a lineman, and I love playing with those people. The more they screw with me, can't hurt my feelings.
Grandpa, do we have your permission to repost and clip this video and tell them to fuck off?
They can. Yes, you do. Fuck off.
Gramps, the chat's going crazy. Everyone's putting hearts, Grandpa. Great to see Grandpa Barney. Yeah,
Grandpa,
I don't know if you can see the chat.
Have you ever thought about suing these people for defamation of character?
No, it's too fun to play with them.
I don't blame you, Grandpa, because most of them are probably driving a Toyota Corolla and they don't, they sold their AMC. So they're probably not very well off to begin with.
Well,
that'd be like,
or they're dumb and they have a front.
That'd be like punching a man while he's down, Grandpa.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Tough old buzzard. You can't hurt me.
Nope. I do want to say while I have, this is the first time I've ever seen your face, by the way, other than if you post a picture of yourself up on a pole And I don't mean a stripper pole. I mean, I've seen on your Twitter, you've posted yourself up on the top of an electrical pole. So I know that you are a legit lineman working hard to help the people in your state out. And I applaud you for that. But I want to say to your face, I know you're you have a large position in AMC and APE. I appreciate your supporting this company as a fellow shareholder myself, fellow longtime holder. And I appreciate all of the support that you give and the good vibes that you give to this community. You are a pillar and you are much appreciated. And fuck the trolls, Grandpa.
Oh
yeah,
they're got the same attitude, same outlook, on this play. I see the division sometimes and it is a shame, but ultimately we're all pointed in the same direction, and if you can, if you send out love, you get love back. If you can send out love, you can turn people's, and so that's what I'm all about, man. And you can see in my work truck, I just turned a bunch of people's power back on. Now I'm gonna about 45 minutes and go take the tree out of the 12,000 volts. More people back on. That's what I do, and not everybody can do what I do and super chat, but it's. I mean, I'm not going to let some.
You work a lot of overtime. You told me, right?
21. I worked 2,604 hours overtime.
Holy shit!
Wow.
I broke 1,500 hours, and so
Jesus,
a lot. Yeah.
By the way, Grandpa, Diaz wanted to say that he fucking loves you. He said, make sure you put that from Diaz.
You know what? I love Diaz. I've seen a picture of him, and he is one handsome.
He's a handsome devil. Oh boy.
There's lots of good lots. This of amazing people, and if everybody, that we're always going to have differences of opinions or different ways of getting there. We're all headed for the same place, right? And if we just focus on, we'll be all right. Focus on the good stuff, get the crap.
Positive vibes, people, right?
Yeah. People want to divide us, You got all the news feeds are all a bunch of liars and corrupt government and blah 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 blah. Focus on each other, help each other out. When somebody's down, pick them up, put them back on their feet. Absolutely.
You're a good man and a kind soul. I know that just from watching you in other people's chats and in our chats, and you are really appreciated. And Andrew says in the chat, I hope people truly realize what a blessed soul Grandpa Barney is. Dylan loves you, man.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's his
Grandpa.
Son. Yeah.
Someone is asking, is there a Grandma Barney?
There is. Her name Pete.
I'll fight you to be Grandma Barney.
Talk to Grandma Barney. He might not say this, exactly what everybody else is saying, but
Grandpa, how is the weather out in Washington State right now? Are you guys experiencing any of this storm that's recently just crept in, or no?
Yeah, I'm out wind storm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Well, Grandpa, I honestly hope we're gonna make plans. One of my best friends, as I mentioned to you in Discord, one of my best friends from high school that I've known since 1980 lives up in your area, and I want to come. I went to Nashville with them recently, and he's been begging me for years to come up your direction and visit him. And now that I know you live up that way, we can do a twofer.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
I hope to be able to meet you in person in August later this year. And for any of you that are up in Washington area, that goes for all of you as well.
Your friend and me live in the same town, so definitely hook up. I got a chance owning the float. Mike, he came up, had to come up. We got a chance to and break some bread together. That was fun. It's kind of weird because you and Mass and everybody like personally each other's life stories. So when me and Mike met, it was kind of weird because I'm giving him a big hug, and it's kind of like we knew each other forever, but we never met until then.
I know. That was like DC, Barney, Grandpa. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved meeting a bunch of people when we had our Friendsgiving here in Austin in November, and I got someone coming up to have lunch with us, me and Scarlett, on Sunday, and that offer goes out to any of you guys. If you're ever out my way in Central Texas, let me know for sure. I'm always happy to meet you guys in person.
Yeah,
I would love.
By the way, Grandpa, main law says lineman for life. I'm an HV lineman in NY3. Respect to Grandpa Barney, another HV lineman.
Don't forget, red is
Main
positive,
law.
white is neutral, Grandpa, if you're ever confused.
If you ever slip.
But you know what? You never trust anybody else's work. You always check right before you energize it, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you have the lockout
green
key.
Is ground.
Yeah.
Make sure you have the lockout key in your pocket. Don't trust that other bastard with it.
5 fingers.
There you go.
Still got
There you
5. He's doing
There you
something
go.
right.
Yep. All right,
Good
guys.
job, Gramps.
Hey,
thanks for keeping
thanks,
everybody
Ron.
safe, Grandpa. Yep. Thanks for keeping everyone safe and lit up.
Yeah, and I'll try to be easy on you guys when I'm.
All right.
Be safe,
Love
my
you.
friend. Be safe.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace. It's such a shame that one of those that people have to, just talk crap. It's unbelievable. Like, look at these two grifters kissing his ass. What? Because we brought Grandpa Barney on for 5 minutes? You can blow me. Whoever that was said that in the chat. Disgusting. It make me sick sometimes.
Who said that? Which channel is he on?
I don't know. If I go back to find it, they're gonna be. I'm acting probably. So I don't want to go back and look. It'll be the first time I kick someone out of chat.
I think we have someone with an alt account. I bet we know who that is.
Oh,
Let me find that. Let me find that chat on my channel.
Oh, and Andrew said his son broke his arm and grandma made him smile like he has in 2 weeks just by caring. He is much loved. Yeah, man. Anyone rank it on internet have to get through me. It's messed up.
That must be on your channel. Whoever that is, I haven't blocked, Mass.
It probably was. That's probably is on my thoughts again. I'm a slouch for that, doing that. I don't do it all the time.
Get
yeah,
off
man. I mean, it's
channel
cold out to be working.
Get off of Massalorian's channel and go back and suck your boyfriend's dick.
I don't usually get rude like that, but yeah, not afraid. Let's see. XX Wolverine says, Tony, is Ant's Trade the new hopium dealer? He's giving a top of 140. So we were talking about that earlier, Wolverine. We don't know, right? He's just doing technical analysis, and he pointed out a couple things that he noticed in the algorithm. That's about all I can tell you for facts about him. I don't know much
Everybody
about
else
him.
that was everyone else that was doing an algo TA has left their YouTube channels, and he's the new one. And I've said for 2 years I don't believe in algo pattern predictions. So I wish him luck. I hope he's right. But that's my thoughts on that.
Me too. By the way, I saw there was a couple people in the chat I want to say hey to. Lupe De Leon was in the chat. Lupe, what's going on? And then who else? Oh, I was just going to say a couple of my mods came on, so I want to make sure I wrote them down. Mike, thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Someone said
Mike with the
the
super.
troll was G Money. So yeah, I think that dude's blocked on my channel. Hopefully, whoever's modding Mass's channel, go back and find that and boot that.
Yeah, Prometheus,
ballless
you can
wonder.
beat that dude if you want. If you want to,
Boot
if
that
you know,
ballless
I don't
wonder.
usually. Yeah, you can boot him. I don't care. That's fine. I usually
Pencil
don't say that,
dick.
but if you're gonna be a complete scab like that, then yeah, I'll see you later.
Not scab. He's a chalk eating pencil dick.
Chalk eating pencil dick. Man, that's a
Sorry.
rough one.
It's Friday. It's Friday night. We're gonna call it like
Yeah.
it is.
You're getting fired up, huh? Oh man. T, what time are you gonna stay on to? I was just curious because I'm gonna plan on eating very soon. My chili just got done. I started at 6.
It's only 11 o'clock in Texas, dude.
I know. It's so early for you. I know. I gotta switch over my laundry. Well, actually, why don't I just do that real quick? Do you mind if I just switch my laundry real quick and I'll come back on for like another half an hour?
No, I don't mind.
I gotta put it in the dryer.
I can carry the weight.
Give me 2 seconds.
All right.
I'll be right back.
What's up, Lucy in the sky? The word is cuck, Diaz says. I don't know if he rises to the level of cuck, Diaz. That would be a compliment for a pencil dick like that. I mean, guys, when I don't know if you guys know, but when we get attacked every single day, and so does Grandpa Barney, and the guy wants to come on and defend himself, for someone to say some bullshit like, look at these guys giving an opportunity for an honest man to defend his name. You, sir, are a fucking piece of shit. You're a speck on a dog turd that I squash under my boots for letting an honest man come on for a couple minutes and defend his name. You're a dickless wonder, and you probably haven't been out of your mom's basement in 5 years. Fuck you. All right, guys, getting back to late night stock talk. What other questions do you have? Tell me about your weekend plans. Who's going to see a movie? Tell me a joke. I'll read it out loud. Davinda Vasha says, I pay someone to do my laundry, but you wash other people's windows for money. So I don't know, Davinda. I don't know. Edward says, did you see Donahue's latest video on the reverse split? I have not. It's not a channel I watch. Going to see Plane this weekend, Sergeant Beef. I liked Plane, and so did Scarlett. Good action movie. There were some surprises in there for me. It's kind of what you expect in terms of action movies, but not so predictable that you're going to be bored with it. I think you're going to enjoy it. Let me know what you think tomorrow. We want to go see Infinity Pool. We still haven't made it because we had the ice storm come in. I want to go see a movie this weekend, either Infinity Pool or to take the wife to go see Avatar 2. So one or the other will be in this weekend. Prometheus says, Grandpa Barney for CEO. Magic says, I like Midnight Tony. Yeah, this is more of the real me than the daytime, where I got to keep it calm, trying to make money, trying to watch plays. We're just having fun, having a drink, having a smoke. Knock at the Cabin was good, Mark says. Can I link my Discord? Wall Street Ponzi says I cannot. No, I'm not here to. I know there's a lot of people that are pushing memberships and Discords. We got a rule here. We don't talk about Discord. You have to figure it out yourself. Lucy says, I have 2 pictures I took of a ghost standing next to me that was in an empty room in a medical office building. All right, Lucy, I want to see it. Email that to me, please. Looking forward to Cocaine Bear. Devastator says he and heard Jim Cramer's autobiography film. Brocate says, Tony, you said you're staying away from indexes next week. I've been staying away from them for a while, Brocate, just because the moment you think you got the index figured out, it fucking crashes. Now, if all you do is index trading and that is your expertise, you might be better at it than me. But I don't spend all day trying to trade indexes. So I can look at them on the chart and predict trends. Like when it runs up, I'm like, okay, that looks a little overbought. We're probably going for a dip. But a lot of things are depending on economic news right now. And I'm not trying to trade the SPY every day. That's just me. And I like to buy indexes when I think a big move is coming and my certainty is more than 51%. Gus, what's up, Gus? Got his car back. Hopefully it's fixed this time. Broke down the week APRAM from 68 to 120. What happened to your car again, Gus? Engine problems? Hey, always take care of your bills, your car, your house, your utility. Always come first. Don't feel bad that you couldn't buy more ape. There'll be another time.
Here we go.
Mass, can I'm going to turn my camera off for 1 second and go check on the wife.
Go for it. Go for it. I'm good. I'm good. Let me go back up in the chat here and see what I missed. By the way, mods. Who am I missing today for mods? I have so far Lucy, Maxi, Prometheus, and Diaz. Did I miss anybody? So I have everyone written down. Knock at the cabin door was mad, but love hitting the theater. Brian, what was who was in that movie? Knock at the cabin door. Sergeant Beef said he's going to see Plane this weekend. That's the Gerard Butler film, right? Wedmore says, now that TD is gone, Mass, what are your real brackets? LMAO. Wedmore, I've never done brackets on this channel. Absolutely. It's been me for like over a year now. I've never done brackets. I've always said, make sure you have enough shares so you can hit every bracket you want to. But I don't think there's any way around that. We're getting dilution one way. You know, I save us. I wish Hollywood was going to be us. But in the meantime, we need to do what needs to be done in order to keep the company afloat. There's no way we're going to have any kind of squeeze if the company is not bankrupt, but if the company is hurting for money and we can't raise any capital, then the shorts will pile on. I mean, there's nothing stopping them, right? We're just talking about some of the movies and the fact that AMC, there needs to be some dilution. They need to raise some money. I was looking at the numbers yesterday. I think that hold on. Give me 1 second. Just make sure I got this right. But I'm sure that they had $650 in cash and $5.3 billion in debt. So that's almost right. A 6-to-1. Not a great ratio.
Main law says, why does Tony not...
He says, what are the main ingredients? Go ahead.
Oh, I was reading Main Law says, why does Tony not tune into Donahue George's channel? I've watched some of his videos before. I've left him comments when I didn't agree with him. He's never... I've retweeted, sent him messages on Twitter. Not one time, guys, has he ever answered any, if he puts out a salacious claim and I provide him evidence that maybe, he's going a little bit left. Not one time in 2 years has he ever responded to me. And so I think he just wants to put out his information and he doesn't really always want to focus on what is factual. And that's fine, if he wants to keep people in the play doing that. but I can't go watch someone that won't have a dialogue with people. That's all. Now, sometimes he gets shit wrong, and he won't ever have a dialogue, and that's all. Nothing against him. I appreciate his effort.
He from what I can gather by just meeting him this weekend, he seemed like he's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on, right? And that's not I'm not making excuses or anything like that. But I mean, T, you know me. I mean, I'm the worst at getting back to people. God Almighty. I mean, if you had to pick one person,
you do get back, and you do answer comments. It might take
Right.
you a week. I answered a comment today from 4 weeks ago.
I know.
But
I know,
if someone has a question or says that I'm wrong about something or provides me contrary evidence, I try and at least look at it. Even if it's just to question my own due diligence, or like, oh, maybe I need to do a retraction video, or maybe I need to do a correction. But when someone just ignores me, I get really bad Trey Matt vibes. June 2021, like they just want to push a narrative and they don't care about any evidence to the contrary. And it's just that kind of thing doesn't sit well with me. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure we could have a beer together, but I am a busy guy too, and I can't watch stuff when that is the direction that someone's going. That's all. Nothing against them.
All in. You see all in AMC's questions on the bottom here. And yeah, Walt, it is freezing here in Boston too, brother. It's. I'm sure it's just as cold in New York. Yeah, he's saying the main ingredients for a Moas or squeeze. I can talk about squeeze. I don't know Moas all in AMC because I've never seen a Moas. But if we're talking about squeeze, we need a lot of different factors. We got to think about cost to borrow, short interest. What does the options chain look like? There's a million different factors that we have to think of.
Edward says I need to go watch his video because he explains the reverse split in the way. No, I don't need to watch anyone else's video because I've already read the document 4 times and talked about it for 7 days, and I understand exactly how it works. So
it's not confusing.
I don't need to watch someone else's video that hates Adam Aaron and thinks that the company is against us. I don't need to watch that because I'm never going to believe that.
Has that been Donahue's stance? Does he say he thinks Adam Aaron is yeah, okay.
He wants the MOAS. He thinks Adam Aaron's in bed with the hedgies. The reverse split's going to kill the MOAS. I get it. I get what they're entitled to their beliefs, but I can never have a meaningful dialogue with someone that's so far polar opposite than me. I know he wants the price to go up, and we have that in common, and I love him for that. But I'm not going to watch videos like I said last night, do not fucking hold stocks if you don't believe in the company or the CEO or the executives.
Yeah, that's a big problem. Yeah.
If you're holding stocks, you can day trade stocks you don't believe in, but guys, I'm telling you all to become better investors. And I'm speaking to every single one of you watching right now live or later on repeat. If you are holding stocks where you do not believe in the executive team or the company, you are making investment mistakes and you should sell yesterday. That's it.
Yeah.
Why do I believe in the company? Why do I believe? Because I look at it from the financial aspect, and I don't expect the CEO to hand me a MOAS. I do believe a squeeze is coming, but I'm never going to. I'm just not going to hold a company if I don't believe in it.
That's a tough sell.
If I do hold it, like GameStop, I'm going to day trade it or swing trade it. I'm swing trading GameStop. I bought some October, November, December. I'm waiting for the run up, the next little run up, but I don't believe in GameStop. It's a not profitable company. Until Ryan Cohen does a transformation, I'm going to tell you, no matter how many times Marantz lies, GameStop is not profitable right now. They have no debt. They got 10 months of cash. They're in great shape, but it is not a profitable company. And I hope to be holding it at the moment that Ryan Cohen announces a transformational announcement and you get the squeeze. I want to be on board for that. But I don't believe in GameStop as a company. Right now, in their current existence, they're going the wrong direction. They're closing stores. They're closing distribution centers. They're cutting overtime. They're laying off first-level store leaders and doubling up the responsibility of the SL2s, giving them multiple stores and cutting their overtime. It's like the story is so bad.
Bearish, 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 bearish. Those are all bearish indicators if you're looking at fundamentals.
But you don't hear that on the channels pumping them because they don't want to talk about that stuff. They'll just lie to you and say, if you look at the financials 2 years ago, they were profitable. All right.
Yeah.
Look at anybody who knows finance. Talk to any CPA. Look at the financial statements for the last 7 quarters. Show me where there was a profit. It does not exist. So, sorry, I got off on a little tangent. I don't hold companies for the long term if you don't believe in the management. That's it. If you want to swing trade it, you want to day trade it, great. You don't need to believe in shit except the chart. But all these people hating on the company, hating on the CEO, bro, get out of the fucking play. Grow as an investor.
I'm going to see T. I'm going to see if I can, people are asking for put a,
I don't know. I miss
to
you
put a
too.
poll in the chat. Let me see if I can do
Scarlett,
it.
Scarlett saying she said she misses me and hurry up and be done, please.
Oh,
I'll let you know.
You missed me.
I'll let you know when. I'll let you know what. No, you come give me a kiss. Come here. I'll get you right off camera.
Giggity, giggity. Giggity, giggity. 24 the money. I'm going to try it right now.
There too, Mass. She's walking off giggling.
All right, let me see if I can put this poll up.
Anyways, I'm sorry, but guys, to all the channels that don't like this company and don't like this CEO, the reason I don't watch those channels is I can't watch someone. I just asking myself over and over, why are you even holding this company? Like, I would never make 5 videos a day about a company I didn't believe in. I don't get it.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can put this poll up for everyone to vote on. Will I be able to put it on both of our channels, or will just go on mine?
If what?
If I put right now, will I be able to run it on both the channels, or will it just go up on one?
It'll just go on yours as far as I know, but go ahead and do it and let's see. All
right. I'm just curious to how it's gonna play out.
Sergeant B says, is GameStop the next Bed Bath & Beyond? Not at all. I'm not trying to say that. GameStop has 10 quarters of cash. What the heck? My monitor's just rebooted. Am I still live? Can you hear me, Mass?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you. Yep. Yes, sir.
All my monitors went blank. I think Kenny G just said an EMP pulse straight to Austin, Texas. Oh, I'm back. All right. Lagging?
What's the next movie you're gonna go? You planning to go? You have any idea yet?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. Yes.
Test 1, 2.
Can you hear me? Right now?
I can't hear anything right now. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Massalorian, start talking so I can check my sound.
I'm talking right now. I am talking. right now. I'm continuing. Coach Karen says she can hear both of us. I can hear you. Clear. I don't know why what I lost. And the chat can hear you. Everyone live can hear you right now. Only you can't hear yourself. Seems like Sergeant Beef says Kenny struck again. Yeah, T, we can hear you fine. Let me type to him. But he can't hear me. He can all hear you, T.
Bill Ray says, I can hear you, but I can't hear you guys.
I know, it's my internet. It's messing with Tony.
What the heck? All right, it looks like the lag is fixed. But I'm trying to change my sound setting. My sound settings blew up.
We need to go fund me for a mic. It's not my mic. It's my internet. I bought this mic a while back. It's one of the best ones you can get for live streaming, as far as I know. So it's definitely. But Texas right now could be interfering with the signal. KYP, shoot that down, would you? I know a rifle somewhere in your bedroom. Lupe said, KYP, I heard that balloon was over St. Louis. Yeah, it was over Missouri last time.
All right, carry on for a second, Mass, while I try and figure this out.
Okay. By the way, PD in the in the pool. You still got a chance, bro? Or are you out like me and Tony? We're all hurting in the fantasy pool, man. I'm gonna have to take some wild pick in order to get number 1 or 2. By the way, just legalized gambling, sports gambling in Massachusetts. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. 6 Cents says Scarlet unleashed the rabbits. They're chewing through his cords right now. KYP says, LOL, of course, and you know 9 milli. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but the realtor came by this afternoon. Deep into that, but as most of you guys know, I just moved here in August, so it's not great news that the realtor was there earlier. God almighty. PD Harris says, I'm in 4th place right now, Mass, about 30 points. So you got a shot then, bro. You got a shot. You could definitely catch 30 points. I'm out. 50 is no way I make up 50 points. No way. I can't put the poll up. I could, but it was starting to crap out. And as soon as I did that, Tony got, where right now, the way Tony has it set up, we're both able to stream concurrently and also pull comments and put them up. And he had that set up. We did that earlier today. But now it looks like when I went over to YouTube Creator Studio to try to do the poll, that's when he lost audio. So, Billy, they've only bought the, I was just at North Station last week to go to DC. But they haven't, I don't think they switched out I forget the name of the company before. Shit. But they haven't switched it over to AMC yet, I don't think. No, I totally lost Tony. Yeah, I wish I could put it up. You know what I'll do when, probably tomorrow I'll put a poll up on the community page. Hopefully, I really know like how far her just got along. I know when we were down in DC, they were filming a lot of B-roll for the trailer. So, Cuddy Cut said, "Quantumania coming soon, baby." Look, MDU is going to need a big needs really to reestablish themselves as the dominant player. I heard James Gunn's pitch the other day for the DCEU. I got mixed feelings about it, everything I heard. Sounds like some good projects coming along, and then some real crappy ones. Unfortunately. 8 for AMC says massive video is choppy as well, so it's definitely the internet. I guess it's rubbing off on Tony now. Jesus. Yeah, I hope Quantum Mania sets up this new phase. I do. I hope it seems it. Look, I got tricked on the Doctor Strange movie, right? I thought that was going to be the bomb, and Quantum Mania might kind of still have the same feelings about, but looks like it's going to be a good movie. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to go see it in the theater. All right, I see Tony sitting back down now. 8 for AMC. Already got tickets? Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out Quantum Mania. I'm ready for some new villains. I think Gore was one of the worst villains ever. God, that Thor movie. Could you be any shittier of a writer? All right, I don't know what T has got going on. Everybody could hear T when he was talking, right? You guys could all hear him, correct? He is just having trouble hearing me. So, yeah, we have. I have fiber here. I do. I have fiber optics. It's Verizon FiOS. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the age of the building. I have no idea. If the lines are old, I don't know what's going on, or if it's just my unit. We just have real shitty internet here. When I lived in New Hampshire, I didn't even have FiOS, and we never had any problems. Never. Sleepy says Kang is the next big villain. That's what I'm looking forward to, man. I hope that he makes an impression. I think, and he's supposed to be like the new Thanos. Like, he's the big overarching villain of the phase, correct? As far as I know. We got in the chat right now, MCU fans. I know we got a couple. We could use Pantheon right now. He'd be great. He knows all the MCU ins and outs. The Chinese balloon is full of Guatemalan, says Sergeant Beef. Okay, Sleepy. Yeah, he is, right? That's what I thought. Yeah. So hopefully this movie sets him up as a actual force to be reckoned with, right? Like God, who did Brolin play? I just said his name. Thanos. Thank you. Whoever didn't say that in the chat. Ay. So main law, you're out of New York. Also work on the main lines there, the high voltage lines. It's a dangerous job, man. But thank you for doing that, keeping everyone lit up and empowered. Broke Ape says, yeah, Kangaroo kicked Thanos' ass in the comments. Why does Streamlabs tell you guys to refrain from using foul language? You shut up, Streamlabs. Who's talking to you? That must be from Tony's. Can't wait for the next Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I saw that's going to be, what's his name there? The big guy that plays Drax, or is it Drax? Isn't the character's name? The wrestler there. I saw it's going to be his last time playing it, I guess, huh? Apes for AMC says, you see where Randall Cornett found an AMC traded 557 plus million shares in November and had 2.5 billion shares canceled. No, was that a new video that Randall just put out? I usually try from time to time when I can. He usually has some great information, Randall. Cuddy Cut says, AMC should put a balloon with logo and the slogan, screw the hedgies. How about watching below? The new Jake Gyllenhaal movie is called The Covenant, I think. The Covenant Richie movie, is that the one you're talking about, Lupe? Looks pretty good. It's about like a guy who saves someone's life and then he's like left behind. The Taliban is after him. I did see the trailer for it. I just watched it like 2 days ago. I think that's the movie you're talking about. KYP says, thanks, Mash, for telling him I might drop the F-bombs and say shit every now and then. It's all right, KYP. You get away with that on my channel any day. Any day. Streamlabs is a Mormon. Who's that? Sergeant Beef? What is Gamora? Scott. Oh boy. Who is the big guy who plays not Jason Momoa? I can't think of his name now. Shit, he was in Dune too. Six Cent, tell your peeps to cover their shorts already. Yeah, I don't know what happened to T. I don't know if I lost him or what. Yeah, Scott, I remember Gamora. Yeah. What is Gamora? But isn't that what the line he says? Who is Gamora? And then he says, like, why is Gamora? Thank you. Thank you, Mulligan and Sleepy. Yeah, Bautista. Yes, yes, yes. Corbin Dallas, what's going on, brother? Good evening to you. He is. His desk is empty. He's gone. Just a chair and a computer screen. Yeah, Dave Bautista. I actually liked him in Dune. I thought he was pretty good, but I think he got killed in the first one, so he won't be back. A lot of the main characters got killed. Cuddy Cut says, does AMC have a deal with Neff to put their shows in theaters, or is that a rumor? Cuddy Cut, I haven't seen Quickie. I actually did see some information about that they had some contract with AMC to put their movies out. I did see something about that. All right, I think Tony can come back on now. See what he says. Oh, my nose is starting to run now. I don't know if he can bring himself back up. Or if I have to let him on. I mean, we might as well just end the stream and you can take a longie. Why you need a quickie? Mr. Loco says, I'm excited for Transformers. I want to see that ape smashing shit up. Yeah, I thought about that the other day, Mr. Loco. I'm like, I wonder if I could do an intro with that ape from the Transformers. That would be kind of cool if I get the gorilla to smash things up on a... Maybe I'll just try it for one intro on the next video. All right, let me see. I don't know if what he wants me to do here. I don't want to pull him up if he's not ready. And I assume he would be texting me to put him up if he was ready. Optimus Primal. Trying to figure out my Soundcraft out. Okay. No worries. Let's see. Mass Scarlet kidnapped Tony. No, I can see him right now. He's not kicking and screaming. He's looking up at multiple screens. He's now changed his headphones out. He's got like Massalorian headphones on. I don't know. There we go. Can you hear me? Tony. T. I knew Scarlet was an ape, says Corbin. Can't be having no FTDs. FTDs are failure Tony Denaros. What? He says that Sergeant Beef says, there's the man legend. Andrew says Tony's praying for the MOAS. It looks like, right? Put in a good word for me, T. Please. Imagine if he came back on and it was just a shot of him standing up with shorts on. No luck hearing me, T? Nothing? No, I can't hear you. Talk. Now he just cut his camera off. All right. Nothing working. Okay. All right. Well, let me wrap up here because we're gonna get 3 hour 15-minute mark. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Let me just see what he says and if he wants me to end this stream or what. He did look for a second like he was praying the moment. Not gonna lie. Oh, forget it. Prometheus, if the rabbits really ate the cord, can you imagine? Down for a second. I'd have to complete. All right, never mind. Okay. All good. I gotcha. All right, guys. So I'm gonna sign out for Tony. And let me say, just thanks to my mods real quick. Prometheus, Diaz, Lucy, and Maxi that were all on tonight doing my mods. Thank you. All you guys who donated tonight, anyone who donated to me or Tony's channel, thank you guys very much. Appreciate you. We can't do any of this without you guys. I know as sure as hell I can't. But I just did get some part-time work that I'll be starting in a couple weeks. I just got the application all processed and because I am gonna make my best effort to start doing more traveling and covering more stories. So in order to do that, I need to have more income coming in with this bearish market that we're in, I mean, except for this week. So that starts in about weeks. And hopefully I can get some more interesting story for you guys. And yeah, if anyone whale marine life lover or you want to find out about what's going on with the whales off the coast of the East Coast, why they're all washing up dying, and the wind farms and the stuff that's going on out there, and why the government is just turning a blind eye to that, supposed to be the big environment. To that, I'm going to post some info about it, her expanded knowledge, and I'm going to have her on. And I know it's not going to really tie in with AMC or the market too much, but it does have to do with green energy and electricity and the future of where the market is headed as far as these windmill farms. And she has some interesting takes as far as who's coming in and subsidizing, what other countries profiting from this and destroying our marine life. So it's just something I want to raise awareness of. And, if we get a couple hundred people on the wall, all great. Prometheus, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Much love. Much love. Good night to everyone. PD Harris, good luck this weekend. I'll probably see you guys before that. I got a little quick video I'm going to drop tomorrow morning. And then I'll have the weekend video of everything from DC very soon. Yeah, Sergeant Beef. I agree. All right, T. We'll take care of it. No worries. We're wrapped up here. We just did over 3 hours and 15 minutes. Andrew, everyone, Paul, expect it from the moon next week. Any thoughts about XRP? Let's see what happens with the CBDC. 42902. Mr. Love, have a good night. Broke Ape. Dude, appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for everyone hanging out tonight. We love all you guys. Seriously. And to all the haters, it is what it is. 1796 Patriot. Where you been? About to sign off. Hey, guys. Love you. Seriously, all you guys. And we'll talk this weekend. I'll be back. Hopefully, we'll be able to get Christina on Sunday night for a live stream. I'll reach out to her tonight or tomorrow morning. Send her a few emails. All right, guys. Have a great night. Stay warm if you're cold. Love y'all. Good night. All right. Yeah, man. I'm getting stuffed up again. What the